Good to see everybody once again. How was the week?
Solid, man.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
nice. Wins all around. So unfortunately,
Well,
we're down a man.
ish.
Connor could not make it, and he is off doing all sorts of wonderful things, and I hope that he is partying hard. But we're going to be doing a one-shot tonight, as we kind of need him for the main story that you guys are on. So here, we've gathered the three of you remaining, and a fourth man. Z is going to be joining you for one shot, and I've got a little story whipped up for you. Now, before we get going, I'd like to ask, do any of you feel uncomfortable being the protagonist of sorts, or at least having some of the spotlight on you at the beginning of the game?
Not really.
No? Okay.
Not at all.
Oh. Alright, sweet.
I don't know how much it would fit my character.
I'm rolling a d4 then.
Uh-oh.
My character's kind of like,
As he asks, and then he's like, fuck you.
well, whatever. I'll roll a d4.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm looking at the order for Discord, meaning Lotha would be 1 and Z Cerebrit would be 4. And that's a 2. Well, there it is. Billy Zane, Nathaniel Goro, you're going to be
God
running
damn it.
as the centerpiece here, at least for the beginning. So I'd like you to go ahead and give your character's backstory. Tell me about Jacob Freeman.
Sure. So Jacob Freeman, really regular guy, fairly lower class actually. Both of his parents are still alive. They're working stiffs as well. One day he kind of inexplicably became a recluse. Started doing things that seemed way above his abilities and his intelligence, and was kind of suspiciously ushered out of the community as possibly some kind of witch or cultist or something like that. So now, to not put any pressure on his family, he kind of wanders around. He hasn't told anyone how he has his abilities, but there is a method to the madness.
Okay, so I would say that given that you're level 5, you have had quite a bit of time to ply your trade, and you've learned many spells here and there and filled your spell book with all sorts of strange arcana. And in doing so, a lot of this was kind of picked up from study that you did during your hermit days. However, a portion of it would certainly have to have been gained from adventuring and wandering out into the world to find this and that. Making sure that you weren't doing anything in town because of the complications that come with being anywhere near there. But you've traveled a little bit of the world and wandered out into a couple of strange corners before eventually coming back to your hermit hidey hole there. Now, your family, though estranged from you, and as you had mentioned, being mostly of working stiffs, does have a single vein of nobility and richness, though nobody would really know it unless they were in the know, because your crazed Uncle Remus is not one that the family likes to talk about. You have a single relative who has a great amount of wealth to his name, though he has been loath to share it, and has a lot of crazy tendencies that have similarly had him sort of removed from the family as well. Now, his name has not come up for years and years, and likewise, as you took to adventuring and eventually settling into your hermit hole there, you have not heard of him, until finally one day, a raven appeared on the doorstep of your small hut out in the middle of the forest. And on it, you were handed what is essentially the last wishes of your Uncle Remus, in which he bestows to you all of the contents included in what he has labeled as his fun cave. Chief among these was Remus's famous guitar, which, according to the family, was a stolen musical instrument, which was one of the great instruments of the bards that have ever been made. So if you guys aren't familiar with this, in the world of D&D, there's 5 or 6 instruments that hold a huge amount of magic, which are the great bardic instruments, and it's said that Remus had one of these, and he has willed it to you. Now, upon seeing this, you have decided to actually wander out to Remus's estate, which is also very far from the main town, and attempt to get it. However, you know that you can't do this alone, and that the idea of going through a crazy person's estate all on your own doesn't really seem like a good idea, knowing that he lived there by himself and there'll be no servants to help you. So you've contacted 3 friends of yours that you've met during your adventuring days. I would like to get a bit of the backstory for your character, please, Malbert.
Okay, so Barnum kind of started out. It was lower class as well. Always kind of, but he was always looking for some sort of spice to life. He so as a younger fella, led him to kind of like drinking around in taverns and getting into fights and stuff, and he'd brawl it with anybody. He's a little more of a built kind of guy. Eventually, after he'd those fights weren't enough, so he started getting into gambling. They kind of intertwined, and he'd kick around from place to place, and eventually found himself in Addis, in Baccarat, where he his attitude and his sort of a bit, he got himself into a bit of a situation where he couldn't pay his bet debts, so they pits. At first it was to try to kind of just take care of a nuisance in his first match, and they kind of kept him there to see it, just keep him away, and he started getting good, and eventually he was able to like recover from his debts, but he stayed in the pits just because of the adrenaline that would pump through him at the time. But eventually that got old, and he set out for to find something else that could really get his blood pumping again, and that's what led him to his life.
Okay. So, while out adventuring, Jacob, you at one point wandered into a town far off in a distant land where you had a chance encounter with a fairly burly fighter-type character. And this man was... let's see here. This man, who went by the name of Barnum, was one whose future you read for him. And using your powers, you told him that in the coming gladiatorial match, if he were to bring with him a trident, he would succeed and emerge victorious. This proved to be true, and Barnum was grateful enough that he actually told you of his place of residence and vowed to help you someday. And so you have called on him, sending him a raven with a small note here, asking Barnum to come and aid you. You've had a bit of like a buddy-buddy, like a bit of like a bro-ish relationship with him, I suppose. What would you write in the note?
What would I write on the note? That's interesting. I would say something along the lines of, it seems like it's my turn, to... How would I phrase that? Okay, it seems like I am in need of the trident this time around. Please present yourself at this location, at this day. Thank you.
Okay. You receive this letter, Barnum, intrigued, and knowing of the magic that this wizard has, decide to follow it up. And so that's what you're going on. Let's see here. Ragnarok, tell me about Nyloth.
Nyloth is a criminal ranger, Beast Conclave. His parents are both dead. They were
Already full edgelord.
Yeah, we gotta make it interesting. So his parents were killed when he was young, and it was all due to like a robbery type of deal.
Okay.
And so he had no real guardian or somebody to really watch after him, so he just kind of got into all sorts of shit.
Okay.
And so he damn it, I can't remember my backstory. He basically now just completes bounties and collects the rewards and all that. And
Okay.
he, God damn it, I can't remember it. I had it
You
all
don't,
set.
you don't need to give us the full thing, man. Just give us a little flavor of your character.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. I was trying to remember the entire thing. All right. All right. So basically, he completes or he was raised. He ended up finding a companion in the woods there, and his name is Gorzo, the ape,
Mhm.
and he ended up connecting with the ape and all that. So now he's got like a kind of badass attitude and shit, because apes are badass too. So God damn it, I wish I could remember what I was gonna say.
Okay. Well, that's probably
But yeah,
enough
I
to
mean,
go
like
off
he
of.
was, yeah.
So I would
I
say
need to do
that
better with that.
that being a dark elf, you have a bit of a stigma about you, but through some criminal back channels, you've managed to secure life as a bounty hunter, and you kind of spend most of your time lurking in dark shadows or perhaps camping out in the woods and occasionally
Yes.
receiving word of a job where you go out and hunt down somebody using your ranger skills or perhaps your beast companion Corzo, who you've met here.
He was for a little while a hired killer.
Okay, fair enough. You would have had a run-in with the divining wizard Jacob Freeman, who once traveled the lands here and went through your dark woods, where, let's see... How would we indebt you to him? The two of you had a chance meeting in the forest, and before you could kill him, Jacob Freeman read your fortune and told you that the lands that you were currently staying in would soon be beset upon by the king's men, as they would be sweeping through here looking for bandits, highwaymen, and miscreants. And so, taking up his word, you decided to leave early and found out that everything that he had said turned out to be true. You eventually settled into a new area and told Jacob where you would be going after leaving, having heard his prophecy. And many years passed until you eventually heard from the traveling wizard, where he called upon you to go and help him out with something. What would you send over to Nyloth here? Strange killer in the woods whose fortune, you told in order to get you out of being cut down by him.
Something along the lines of, I know you've been looking for the score of your life for quite some time. I found it for you. Come to this address at this day.
Okay. So that's what you're going on right now, Nyloth. And last but not least, Horatio here. Tell me a bit about your character.
So Horatio Fernandez Santos is a traveler who ventures to meet new people, see new lands, brought songs of valor of friends and self throughout the land. He sings of all his adventures that he's had in his past, and he meets friends all along wherever he goes to. But he's often seen frequenting inns and taverns, wooing any local ladies, and basically telling of his past adventures with any comrades he's made over time.
Okay.
He may have a sticky finger for some nice things if a person can afford to lose it or live without it, but he never steals from the poor, has a heart of gold when it matters. And he read a letter from an old friend, Jacob Freeman, and earnestly set out on the fastest horse he could afford and look for an adventure of his inspiration,
Okay.
his next adventure.
So I would say that Horatio is probably the closest to a normal person that you're calling on for this journey here. And Jacob, you had met him when ending up in a bar at one point. First seeing Horatio playing music on the stage, attempting to woo a couple of ladies in the first few rows there, and then eventually sitting with him at the bar, where the two of you kind of became friends. And after you had kind of talked to him about your trade, the two of you hit it off, and it was kind of like one of those "I've known you my whole life" sort of moments. When you guys had to part, you guys shared a little bit of information, and Horatio gave back all the things he had pickpocketed from you during the time, and set off. And it wasn't until many years later that you would eventually call on the strange bardic thief to come to your aid once again. Now, some time of travel goes by, and eventually you make it up to what remains of your uncle's estate. Now, your crazed Uncle Remus was said to have a fairly large estate kind of placed underground, and that while his squalid residence above ground seemed fairly normal, like a log cabin out in the middle of the woods, what lurked underneath was said to be not only full of riches, but truly horrible. As you come up towards the house, you note that the estate has barely anything in terms of defenses or anything like that. There's a very sort of simple wooden little fence that goes around the whole place, and you camp for a day or two to see if people will show up. And gradually, over time, all of the ravens that you sent out yield some fruit, and you see Horatio, Barnum, and Nyloth eventually show up on the doorstep here.
All right. Hey guys.
Howdy, old friend.
What's going on?
Well, seems like I already inherited one thing from Remus, and now he's given me another, so let's go collect and be on our way.
You said the trident was needed. Are you gonna satiate its bloodlust?
Wow. All right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Intense as always, my old friend. We'll see. Worst case, I'll try to conjure something up that you can poke at.
It's been a slow few months, I hope so.
So Barnum, you've been basically living in between taverns and fighting pits and gladiatorial rings, and now here you are answering the call of an old friend, standing outside of a simple little fence with a log cabin here in the middle of the woods. Kind of an odd setting. You're worried that there might not be any fighting involved.
I gotta tell you, buddy, I'm not liking the prospects on this one.
Look,
You came through for me before.
Look, I can fucking see the future, man. Just can
Hey,
you
man.
can you just give me the benefit of the doubt? I got you a ton of money before. Don't bust my balls, not today.
All right,
Now, I'd like to also
I'll
mention
give you a little bit of time.
that one of the people that comes over here brings with him a +1, and you can see that this man who wears a hood over his face to hide his identity, but apparently seems to be friends with one contact that the three of you share, has also brought with him a creature that crawls, and you can see there's an ape that follows along in tow with him, some sort of gorilla-like creature.
Oh, what is this friend's name? I try to like approach it.
This is Corzo. He's my companion.
Companion. I have many companions. I hope you're not doing the same things I do with my companion, though. And I kind of nudge him.
I would assume not.
I just have the grossest look on my face ever.
Just kind of staring at the little shack and scratching my head.
The shack has a set of two
Could be in a
windows,
pit right now.
one on the left and one on the right, and a simple little door up at the front here. You can see what looks like a stump over in the yard with a little axe in it, like a little chopping block. You can see a couple of piles of wood that have been laid up near the front door as well. It looks pretty ordinary.
I just figured out that I was using the wrong voice. I kind of started to copy Albert's there, and now because I kind of lost mine, but now I've got it back, so we're good.
It's okay, it happens.
All right, thank you.
Allow the drinking to commence.
Yeah, right. May as well mix some Jameson into this shit.
I was kind of using the wrong voice there, guys.
Well, I didn't want to change it just randomly. You guys being like, "What the hell?" All right.
Why are you talking like that all of a sudden?
Yeah, Monkey
Yeah.
Man, your voice just changed. It was weird.
What would you say?
All right, guys, enough bickering. Come on now, and I'll walk towards the front of the shack.
Okay.
What is this quest we are doing?
From two.
Look,
If you've been listening, obviously this man or our wizard friend Jacob is a little distraught. His uncle has passed away, and we're helping him claim his inheritance.
Horatio, I'm the last thing I am is distraught. That guy probably deserved to die. But yeah, whatever's inside, the goodies should be good.
Bro, I am so sorry. I should have been thinking about your feelings a little more there. You
I'm
are
gonna
clearly just devastated. Talking about killing more.
I'm gonna kind of pause for a second and look over and be like, "Did you just say, bro?"
Yeah, man. Come on. I thought we were tight.
Holy shit, this is gonna be a long day. All right, I can already
Come on,
see
man.
it now. I just kind of knock on the
So
door.
can I.
Okay. Your knock on the door returns no noise at all, and it seems that nobody is home. You can't hear anything in terms of like a fireplace that burns from within, nor does anything billow up from the chimney. It's fairly quiet around here. There's an odd chirping of some bird distant in the forest. Nothing else, really.
Are there any windows I can peer through?
There are two windows, one on the left here and one on the right, but both of them have their blinds drawn.
Was I
Is
given
there
a
a second
key
floor?
with my inheritance? Sorry.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, is there a second floor or no?
No, there isn't. And what about the inheritance?
I was asking if it came with a key or if it was just a notice.
Ah. Now, yes, it did come with two items. This note was accompanied by a couple of things. One of which was a key for the front door. The other thing that you note is that the paper itself seems to be the deed to the house, which likely will work at the local office here in the city nearby, though of course you're kind of reluctant to go there given your strange background. And finally, there was another thing, another key, and this key, it says, is meant for the back chest. Those are the two words that are stamped into the key.
Now, Jacob, is your uncle the type to play tricks, or mean tricks, upon family and friends? He might be setting one of those nasty traps here and there.
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt about it. As you can see by the condition of this shack, he was kind of a recluse like myself, although who knows what he was up to in his later days. He didn't have much contact with the family. Knowing his dumbass, he might just have the chest literally in the back. Judging from this letter I received, and, I don't know if he was big on wordplay, but, let's see, Nyloth,
What
can
is
you,
it?
can you circle around back for me and, see if there's a chest back there?
Corzo, let's go.
Oh, Jacob, by the way, if you wouldn't mind, I would be happy to open this door with that key using my mind, or mage hand, if you will.
Sure, if you want to flex that dick of yours, go for it, man. Here you go.
Well, you did say your uncle might have trapped this door. It might mean to harm you when you place your key into this door.
No, it's okay. I'm sure Barnum will be very impressed.
Okay.
What? What's going on?
So, with footsteps going around the side of the house as Nyloth heads off to go and check for some sort of strange chest, you go ahead and take the key and turn it in the lock here. And the moment that you do, the door flies open, Horatio. As it does so, you hear a "Ba-ba!" and a bunch of visual stimuli suddenly pop into existence. It looks like a bunch of colors that stream out from the door here and then sort of drift down and gradually fade from existence.
Festive, isn't Remus?
I hate my uncle.
Meanwhile, at the back of the house, as you curb around the side here, Nyloth, you can see that, yeah, sure enough, as Jacob has mentioned, there is a chest that lays half submerged into the dirt of the ground over here. It looks kind of like somebody left it out here, and then over time, erosion or mud just gradually sucked the thing up, and it almost sank into the earth itself.
Corzo and I are gonna walk up to it and try and pull it out of the dirt.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
The
little
cords
tricky,
will
but your
probably
ape is fairly strong and manages to hoist the thing out of the ground here. It's a fairly large chest, not quite as big as a trunk, but a little bit smaller than that. You can hear...
Corzo, grab it and let's bring it to the front. Oh,
It sounds like there's a single metallic object that kind of rolls around in it when you pick it up.
okay. Can I have Corzo pick it up and we'll carry it around to the front?
Sure, yeah.
Alright. Corzo, pick that up.
So, a moment or two later, while you're all standing in front of the door, wondering if passing the threshold will have crossbow bolts shot into your body, Nyloth comes back with his ape companion here. And you can see that the ape carries a chest. It's fairly dirty and there's mud that drops from it.
The monkey man returns, and he's got goodies.
Watch what you say.
What are you
You
gonna
know
do about it?
There was actually a chest back there.
Corzo, rock through.
I told you. I inherited more than this from my uncle. It's all up here, and I point to my head.
You inherited a head? When was the last
No,
time I
no,
saw
his
ya?
head of
Jesus
hair.
Christ,
God.
instead
His
of
beautiful
asking
head
for
of
a
hair.
trident, I should have given you a brain.
Probably would have been helpful.
Probably at this point, yeah. Okay. Here, let me just try this key on it, see if it works.
And you go ahead and take the key and click it. Sure enough, the top of the chest opens up. The whole thing is rather squalid, like it's been left and forgotten for a long period of time. In fact, you find that the key may not have been necessary, as at the back end of the chest here, there's a small area where the wood has rotted away, and there's a space large enough to fit a gold coin through at the back. You can wiggle your finger around in. But there, lying at the bottom in a little bit of muck, you see what looks like a strange magical device of some sort. There is a wand-shaped object of golden color with a bunch of multicolored gems that dot all along its surface.
Can I make investigation or any type of check?
What do you have for
Yeah.
intelligence proficiencies?
0.
Everything.
0. Well, you're a
Oh.
bard, so you can roll no matter what.
Okay. Oh, wait. I think even modifier. I do have a bunch.
Yeah, Jack of all
investigation-
trades means that I will allow you to roll for any skill check. And if you are lucky
Wow.
enough, you'll be like, I know a story about that.
Alright.
My investigation is +3.
I betted a dame who knew everything about wands, everything!
If you know what I'm saying, nudge nudge. Go ahead and roll for me, please, there, Horatio.
Oh.
So, what is that for, let's say, Arcana?
That would be 9.
9? Okay. You know what? This thing looks familiar. You think you heard a tale about it, but you just can't quite place it. Either way, just from how it looks, you're fairly certain it's magical.
I state the obvious. This is obviously a magical wand.
Oh, well, thank God we have the bard to tell us that. I pick it up just kind of casually and walk right inside, find the
Okay.
nearest table and sit down.
Alright. The room here is squalid and plain. The trappings are quite Spartan. You can see what looks like a a double-sized bed over in the corner, a nice fireplace, a bunch of wood that's piled up next to it, a large table with a bunch of chairs, a kitchen over in the back left corner. Pretty much everything that you would need. The only thing that's out of place is what looks to be a fairly large set of stone steps over in the back left corner, which go traveling down into some sort of unknown darkness. Even now, as you sit here at the table and look over there, you can only wonder what it is that your strange Uncle Remus has lurking beneath those steps. You always heard the family talk about this, but this is the closest you've ever been.
So I'm gonna just plop down the wand, plop down my big ass book, and I'd like to cast Identify as a ritual on it.
Oh, okay. Is there anything that you guys are doing during the 10 minutes that Jacob goes and investigates this thing?
I just want to look around the room, examine everything in detail, I guess. Push my finger across the dust that probably is gathered and be like, my word.
Okay. So, during this time, everybody is able to kind of wander around and look here and there. And Jacob, your spell finishes, the ritual finally completing as you trace out magical lines and say the proper words. You gain incredible insight into what this item is. You know that it is a Wand of Wonder. The Wand of Wonder's effects range far and wide and can do everything from shoot fireballs to summon butterflies and turn people permanently into stone.
And you said it was okay.
Perhaps the worst part is that as this information comes in through your mind and all of the strange abilities that this wand possesses are being laid out in front of you, you realize the worst or perhaps best part about this strange wand is that you can't choose any of them. Upon using it and pressing this small button on the side of the wand, one of them simply happens.
Okay. Well, I guess Remus wanted us to be carrying a goddamn surprise pinata in our hands while we were walking through his basement, so...
Yeah, that could be fun.
You say that, and then I'll turn you permanently blue or some shit.
Might I say you have a rather strange uncle.
Again. His strangeness was inherited by me, so try not to be too critical.
I'll try not to be.
Nonsense, Jacob. You are not strange at all. If anything, you are the most normal one in this group, as I eyed the gorilla.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. Well, look. I'll hold on to this for now. I don't know how much is going to be up here. He's gotten his one pun off with the chest being in the back, so we best just head downstairs and go into the goddamn clusterfuck that is his maze. I've only heard crazy things, so keep your wits about you, however many you have. Yeah, that was directed at you. Yeah, we'll just, again, he could just have fun stuff down there, but I've heard some great things as well. I don't want to downplay his wealth. As crazy as he was, Horatio, I don't know if you've heard about the great instruments before. Being a bard, I'm assuming you have.
You would definitely know about them, Horatio.
I'm sorry. What do I know about? I was a little surprised.
So you would know that there are a couple of great bardic instruments that exist out there, which are imbued with incredible magical power, and they are some of the most sought after and well-known items by all of the bardic colleges. We're talking about a harp that can resurrect the dead kind of thing.
Did he tell me that it's a guitar?
Ah.
No, I didn't
He
yet.
doesn't know which one it is. Or sorry, no, you know that's a guitar, but you haven't told him which one
Exactly.
happens to be.
Which one is it, Jacob? I'm familiar with quite a few of these. They're
You are. Well, let's keep it a surprise, Horatio. I wouldn't want to, blow your load all in one shot. We haven't even gone down into the basement yet.
Okay, sure. I hope it's a
right?
Stratovasia.
a little tantalizing. Anyways, so when I say, and I become dead serious here, all jokes aside, when I say that he's got some shit down here that can change the worlds, I'm for one of the few times in my life not being sarcastic. So seriously, if he was able to keep this underneath a shack, it's protected. And while you guys seem to be a little aloof today, no criticism here. It's how I live my life. Seriously, be careful down there. Anything and everything will kill you, and it'll probably put Crazy Uncle Remus, a great big smile on his face from wherever the fuck he is now. So, if you get hit by a blow dart that, streams out a rainbow as you die, it's very possible. Keep an eye out for it, okay?
Right. Caution's the word.
You got it.
They called it his fun house.
Fun cave.
Interesting.
Fun cave. Sorry.
I have a few fun
Fun
caves of my own.
I'm not much of a man for fun.
Jesus Christ, dude, you gotta lighten up.
Nonsense, Barnum.
All
That
right.
wasn't me.
Every man.
I love a good cave.
Oh, it was Nyloff. I'm sorry. I misinterpreted the voice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor on myself,
Okay.
and kind of crack my neck left, right, get ready, and start heading downstairs, keeping an eye out for anything and everything.
Make an investigation check, please, as you go down the steps.
I'll follow right behind him.
You guys can
So
place
how-
yourselves wherever you want over here.
So lucky and divination. So lucky when I see the roll, but before you tell me the result, I can switch it.
Yes.
I can re-roll it. Sorry, and I have to use the new roll.
Yes.
Divination, I can do an attack roll, a spell attack, a skill check, and I can impose it on someone or use it myself, right?
Yes. So if you are
Okay.
attacked by a guy, or if you attack somebody, you can go, okay, before you tell me that roll, I'm just going to make that a 20. So you can make an enemy nearby crit one of your friends if you want.
Nice.
With
Get
that
fucked,
20.
boyos. Alright, so I'll roll this investigation. It's not bad. +6, that's a 17 for me.
Okay. As you come down the steps here, you end up in a fairly dimly lit room. Only small, stray little rays of light make it from over your shoulder here from the room before and down the steps into this little rectangular space. You can barely see in front of you, but even so, on the ground, you can note that of all the cobblestone here, a couple of steps have kind of been raised up ever so lightly. It's quite small, the kind of change you probably wouldn't notice if you weren't looking for it. But you've heard much about your uncle here, and think that there is definitely some traps directly in front of you at the base of the stairs, right about along here.
I'll cast a light as a cantrip, so I can see, because I'm a filthy human.
Beautiful.
And that should give me a little more visibility.
You can see more clearly here, and as you continue to look out with your better vision, not only do you see stones like little traps that could be depressed by stepping on them, but you also see what looks like a tripwire placed roughly about at waist height directly at the bottom of the stairs as well.
So, do I also see this with my perception and, investigation, I guess?
You can make an investigation roll to see if you notice this.
Okay, I just see them both. But
Oof.
Ooh,
That was
that was
nearly
almost
shit.
bad. Yeah.
alright, my investigation is that's 18.
You would definitely see these as well.
Okay, so I kind of go like, Jacob, there's a tripwire and some pressure plates here. Let me disarm this tripwire for you, but we'll have to step over the pressure plates.
my guest. As I take 3 steps back.
Okay.
I do have Thieves Tool, if that's allowed for the tripwire disarm.
Go ahead and make a Thieves Tool check. So dexterity plus whatever the proficiency for the tools would be.
And that is 15.
15. You go about disarming this and find that on one side of the wall where the tripwire goes, it actually just threads straight through the stonework, giving you little to work with. But over on the other side, there's a small mechanism concealed in a little hole that the string vanishes into. And you pin the thing down and manage to successfully disarm the trap. Cutting the wire, it is now harmless. It'd probably be like over here.
I make a small bow to the group. Just make sure you don't step on those plates, and I point them out for the group.
Nice job, Music Man.
I give out like a hearty chuckle. And I just
This guy
start
gets
walking
it.
down. I start walking down, and I can't send the light, right? It's got to be above my face.
Light spell can be cast on any object.
Any object. Okay,
Yes.
I would have put it on my staff, so I can't send it anywhere. Okay.
You can...
I'll follow because I need that light too.
Full on Gandalf.
Yeah, exactly.
Haha.
So
I
are
don't
you guys
need the
all
light,
stepping
but I'm gonna
over these
avoid the trap
things?
plates.
How intelligent is your gorilla Corzo?
Let me check that out real quick.
What's
I've
his
got an
intelligence?
11
Ah.
intelligence for what's
His intelligence is a -2.
This is gonna be dog meat from Fallout.
No, it can be -2. It can.
Or -2.
So
mean-
no, but it's a 6 total, right? That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
you
it's
mean?
a 6.
Okay, I'd like you to go ahead and make an intelligence check for Corzo, please.
Alright. Is that with a d20?
Yes.
Alright.
Dog meat. No, like every mind explodes.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
Oh.
that's a 3.
I'm gonna diviner my 12 into there.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Aha.
Not
a-
that's not a 2. But whatever. You guys know.
You have a moment here where the light of your staff falls onto your companions as they're traveling past the area, and you look over, staring at the gorilla. You think about the vision you had seen last night of it just ever so nearly stepping on the plate, then stepping past it. And you stare, wondering whether or not this vision is to come true or go horribly awry, but he steps over it, just like it had appeared in your mind, and makes it to the other side.
Corzo, careful. You almost stepped on that.
Hold on, can you just please watch him? I don't want to be. Don't worry about it. All right.
It's like a
Oh,
bead of
I can
sweat is
close
coming
it.
down my face right now.
Suicidal monkey.
What you guys? What you guys would do without me? It's incredible.
damn it.
Oh, I love it. At the other
Alright,
end of the room, there's a small door.
Oops. Sorry.
I'm gonna get right about here, and I'm just gonna wait, staring at it. I'm gonna let the other people, who seem very, very eager to show off their skills.
As you grow closer, the
Do
light
their
of your
thing.
staff falls onto the door, and you see an inscription above it, a small plaque that labels this as Fun Cave.
Just Fun Cave?
Yeah, it
There's
just
no
says
like dick
Fun
butt
Cave.
on it or something?
Oh, that's it.
Hey, Corzo's perception is or has good perception. He has better perception than I do.
Nice.
Good, so he can see everything, but he doesn't understand what he's looking at. That's
10 out of
particularly good.
He's an 8.
Hey Jacob, you got a key for that, or do you need a key? And I'll raise my eyebrows up and down, like you know what I mean.
I shake my head. No, I don't know what you mean.
I'll just
Do
have
you
Corzo smash
need
the
me?
door.
To kick down the door.
Oh, if you want to, go ahead.
Are you going to attempt to smash the door down?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Barnum, please make a strength check.
as this is happening, I'm just like, oh wait, you do
As-
animal fit, but
As I
I have
take
still
3
somebody.
steps back, I take 3 steps.
That would be
100%.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
My
You
guy's
go
rather
stepping forward
intelligent.
and
He's gonna do the
stomp
same.
with your foot here. The door flies from its hinges, but not before a magical explosion of flame suddenly takes up the space. And you have successfully unlocked the next area, but I do need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Should have saw
Does
that coming.
danger sense apply?
I would
because I
say Danger Sense would apply here.
Alright, sweet. So that's a 6. Oh, no, that was a... okay. So... 16.
16. Okay. So you'll take half damage. You take a total of... You take a total of 14 fire damage as an explosion of flame
Holy
bursts out
crap.
from arcane runes that appear on the door. You get a sense that they attempt to reinforce the thing as you kick it and then explode, but the door can't handle the amount of force you put into it, and you set off the trap, but also send the thing flying from its hinges, and it tumbles into what looks like a long hallway that goes left and right. As you guys see Barnum kind of turn back to you here, you can see he looks badly singed, and a portion of his eyebrow is missing.
I-
You guys may want to be careful.
Actually, but Barnum, fella, are you okay?
Whew, just a little extra crispy.
I have something for you, and I grab him by, I guess, his shoulder, and I'll cast Cure Light Wound.
Nice, okay. Let's go ahead and roll that.
1 second. A D8.
I'll walk through, poke my head left and right, look down at Barnum, and be like, I could have told you that would have happened.
Ah, it adds to this slice of life.
Strangely enough, as you peer your head through the doorway and look left and right, something happens. A bunch of fires suddenly light, and you watch as sconces come alive with flame as the torches in them magically turn on and reveal to you what looks like a long hallway that goes both left and right. There's a total of 3 doors on the opposite side of the hallway. There's one here immediately in front of you, there's another one down here, and then there's another one down here. Each one of the doors is outfitted with some sort of strange little rectangular thing, roughly at about head height. And you realize what it is after a moment here. It is like a little sliding, like a sliding door that you can kind of move back and forth so that you can see into the room. Kind of like something that you might see on like a jail cell door, or perhaps like a thieves' den hideout where they want to check someone's identity before they come in. That sort of thing.
So, you said that was on the door in front of me?
Yes, you can see that on each one of the doors has one of these little slides.
Okay, and it's one of those, like, bouncer speakeasy slides that are, like,
Totally.
eye level, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Now, curiously enough, these doors do not have plaques for them.
Which ones? Sorry?
The doors here, like these 3 doors in the hall, they don't have plaques on them. So while the previous one that you just peered your head through labeled the fun cave as being coming up, right? These 3 doors don't actually tell you what's beyond them.
Oh, so this one had it, these ones don't.
Yes.
Okay, my mistake. Okay, I misunderstood.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over. Well, Barnum, considering that you have such luck with these things so far, 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, let's go 3.
Turn right, my friend.
Who's going in the hallway first?
Oh, jeez.
Alright.
Okay. Barnum, you start to travel down the well-lit hallway here and eventually get to the 3rd door. There's no sign, no plaque, nothing that really tells you what might be beyond it. But as mentioned here by Jacob, there's a small little like speakeasy slide that you can move to the side so that you can see past the door momentarily through a little slit right at head height. There's also a handle at the bottom, and you see no opening for a keyhole.
There's no
May I-
keyhole.
May I investigate the door if there's anything wrong with it before I look through the slide?
Investigation check, please.
Horatio, just because I know what you're
That's
going
funny.
to do, if you're going to... Oh, shit, son.
Nice.
Staring at the door, you can see that there is indeed no traps on it. things should be just fine here. You look at the handle, you can't see any concealed device. The speakeasy door looks fine. There's no magical runes concealed either. But something else is noticed. Something catches your eye. Down over at the back of the hallway here, you see what looks like a small brick that is slightly out of alignment over here at the end of the hallway.
Aha, Jacob. Remus has used the oldest trick in the book. A hidden switch. And I kind of casually saunter over to it and point at it.
Horatio, just
I'm just pointing at it. I haven't pushed it.
yeah. Remus is the type of sick fuck that'll put that there, hoping you see it, and then have like a flamethrower come from the ceiling. So if you're gonna press it, do that whole, long distance. I'm a badass thing.
That is a good idea, and I take like reasonable distance away from it. That's my max distance is 30. Yo, Barnum, like, yeah.
Everyone shuffles behind him.
Okay.
This place catches on fire.
Use my mage hand and like push the brick in and see if it goes in.
The brick does not push in.
I pull on it.
As
Pull
you
it up
pull
and
on it,
down.
the brick begins to come out, and you find that your mage hand, despite its limiting carrying capacity, is still able to pull on the thing, until eventually it comes loose and kind of tumbles down to the ground. As it does, it sort of flips over to the side, and you see that it is a hollowed out brick, and its contents spill out onto the ground. You can see what appears to be, well, it's difficult to describe. It looks like a dead snake.
The old snake in a box trick.
Some weird tricks, man.
You have no
I've
idea.
seen some shit.
It's an interesting place.
I think Remus forgot to feed the snake, though. It appears to be dead.
Can't say
Oh,
say I'm
that's for
having
sure
fun.
it. He had a pet snake behind a brick. How about you go check it out?
Can I shoot an arrow at it?
Sure. Yeah, make a ranged attack.
Right, I gotta look up what the range attack is again. 1d8 plus 3. Or no.
I'm just gonna kind of roam, and I'm gonna look at this door real quick, just
Sure.
while I'm bored and got nothing else to do.
Oh!
Alright, Horatio, you're getting ready to go and inspect the snake when an arrow flies over your shoulder and strikes into the wall close to it. You see Nyloth holding his bow in hand, and it seems Jacob has left the situation entirely and is musing about the second door.
I just what are you doing?
Whoa,
I
Monkey Man,
promise
what do you
you-
got against the Music Man?
Shut up, first of all. I wasn't aiming at you, I was aiming at the snake in the wall.
Oh, pray, sir, let's not shoot arrows in such a narrow hallway where we could lose, some pretty ears or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm already down an eyebrow.
Okay, I guess I'll use my mage hand to return the arrow back to Nyloth, but I also pick up the shake and give it a little shake. Be like, look, it's dead. It's just
Okay.
like hanging in the air.
The snake
disgusting.
shakes limply in your mage hand here. It's kind of like holding some sort of flaccid sausage.
It's like you're holding a flaccid sausage.
Precisely. So it's obviously dead, and I kind of toss it against the wall near the brick wall
Okay.
as I walk over and I want to gather the contents of what was in the space.
Are you gonna... Okay, so as you get over and lean down, you see what looks like a dead snake. It has like a red and black sort of pattern on it.
Do I know that this is a poisonous snake and that it is actually dead?
Make a nature check for me, please.
Oh, gee.
About to get fucked.
The magical snake is gonna bite me. Alright, so nature is half my proficiency mod on top of that. So this is a 16.
Looking at the snake here, you can tell that this is indeed not poisonous. It's a regular garden variety snake that you would find laying about, the kind to maybe feast on insects or things like that. Its bite would be uncomfortable, but would not send you into shock or anything like that. Strange though, it's most certainly dead.
Okay. I mean, was there anything else in this space or?
No,
Around
just
me?
the empty brick there.
It's all clear, fellas. And I kind of look into the speakeasy hole.
Okay.
Into the room.
I want to ask: are you putting the dead snake into your backpack?
Sure. You're specifically asking it. I really didn't think about it, so sure. I'll use it as fodder or something for something
Okay.
else in the dungeon.
The thing
Yeah.
doesn't
Spoiler:
smell like
it's
it's.
Uncle Remus.
Yeah, it doesn't really smell like it's decomposing or anything. Maybe it died recently. You go ahead and take it. Maybe it'll be useful, and then head over to the next door. Before this happens, though, Jacob, you're at the other door. What are you doing? Are you checking past the speakeasy, or are you investigating for traps, or like what's going on here?
I'm just kind of muttering to myself while I'm looking at the door, seeing if I can spot anything suspicious or interesting at
Sure.
the door and its frame.
An investigation check, please.
Sure.
Meanwhile, while he's doing that, I'm gonna say,
That's a 4.
Okay.
Sorry, no, obviously not. I have a modifier. That's a 10.
10. Staring at the door, it doesn't appear to be trapped, and you note something. This door most certainly seems to have received the most traffic out of all, like, between the third one and the second one here. This one here is, like, considerably more worn. Its handle here and the fittings look sort of loose, as though it's been turned many, many times, while the one over towards Horatio here has not really been touched as much.
Okay, so you're telling me that and this. Okay.
Meanwhile, over at the third end here, Horatio, you go ahead and place your hand on the very small knob and move the slide over so that you can see inside. There is a magically lit room. A large chandelier hangs from the ceiling, casting down a sort of dim light over the contents, and you see what looks like a magnificent collection of paintings, though they are not really hung up on the wall or anything like that. They're just stacked against one another. You see what must be dozens of them laying all over the place. Some of them are of horrid monsters, other beautiful countryside vistas. Another one, an old sailing ship. One of them looks partially complete, with half of it not really finished up, just smudges of oil that have yet to be turned into some proper object. What do you want to do?
I yell over to Jacob like, "Hey, Remus would have been one of my boats. He's obviously a purveyor of the arts. He has some
Huh?
paintings in here."
Huh? Right, yeah, okay. Wanna go check it out?
Sure enough, as you stare past the slide, Jacob, you see what looks like a large collection of paintings.
We can't open this door, right? There's no doorknob or anything.
Nope,
like,
there
we-
is.
we
Yeah,
see?
there's a doorknob there if you want to open
Oh. Well, since there's no traps, I'll go right in.
it. Okay. The room is fairly large. As you step inside, you can see there's like the large chandelier here that sort of hangs from the ceiling, and there's just stacks of paintings all over the place. Some of them are really huge, like 30 feet across. Other ones are just like tiny little 1 foot type things. They lay on the ground here and there, all over the place. Some of them have been broken, others don't even have frames. It's just like pieces of canvas that
So-
lay coiled on the ground. There's an easel over in the corner here. Just stuff everywhere.
Do I know if all these paintings are drawn by like the same person,
Oh,
or like
interesting.
if there might be a collection of art from all over the place?
Yeah. Make a perception check for me as you step into the room.
That is a 9.
Okay. You're a purveyor of the arts, as you put it, and as you step into the room, looking around at the different paintings, you can't help but note that a lot of them seem to have a different style to them. Though you know that this can be deceptive, and there are plenty of artists out there that dabble in multiple styles. You find it difficult to tell whether or not these are made by the same person. Perhaps you can investigate closer and see if there's maybe a name or something left on the paintings.
Okay, I will examine some of the finished paintings.
Horatio.
So you're wandering into the room. As you go step forward, Jacob calls to you.
I'm just like kind of in on my own little world looking at the painting while Jake was saying this.
I have a really bad feeling about this room.
Nonsense. It'll be alright, Jacob. These are just amazing paintings. I must know who drew them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay out here. Can you go after him and just make sure he doesn't get sucked into one of those and has his soul eaten out or something?
Yeah, sure. This guy's lost his nut a little bit, I think. I saw him play with a dead snake, and then he pocketed the thing. And then I'll head in.
Okay. Now, as you go over and pick up one of the... Or are you actually going to touch it, Horatio, or are you just going to kind of lean over and give one a
I'm
look?
leaning over and looking at it
Okay.
closely to see
You
if
see
there's a...
what looks like a forest, a bunch of beautiful trees of very dark brown with deep shades of green for their leaves. And central to the piece is a single centaur that goes galloping through the woods. He has in his hand what looks to be a scepter of some kind, with red velvet that streaks off of it like a flag, and gold that goes all the way down its length. Looks like something befit of a king.
I shall name this Centaur Run to King Scepter.
You find that there's no evidence of any sort of signature for the painting. And over in the bottom right, there's no writing, nothing like that. As you kind of look behind the thing, there's nothing there.
So,
Ugh,
I
I'd like to test my might have been to that. Go
I
ahead.
did hear Jacob say that this might suck me in, so I don't really want to touch it, right? Like, I heard him when he was talking to Barnum.
Okay, yep, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, so I'm like, alright, well, it looks okay, but I don't think it's a good idea to touch it. if
No,
that's
no,
actual
no,
consent.
touch it! Nothing will happen.
Well, sure, Jacob, since I trust you so much, I lean forward.
It's
and I
called the
touch it.
Fun House. Everything is fun.
You reach forward and your fingers touch upon the layers of acrylic. It's a bumpy sort of thing. Interesting how paintings often have a 3D texture to them, though at first you wouldn't know it.
Do you feel like your soul's
I'm
getting
fine.
sucked?
my soul,
Do you
no
feel
vacuum
your
cleaner
soul's
like
getting
action
sucked?
here right now, Barnum.
Huh?
Painting is not a vacuum. Now, Barnum,
Hey.
I'm perfectly fine.
I don't know a whole lot about this artsy-fartsy stuff. I'd like to go a bout or two with that guy, though. Be a fun one.
Centaur with a flamboyant scepter.
You would
know?
lose!
I look over at
Hell
Jacob.
no.
Are you guys gonna stand in the hallway all day? This
Oh,
is part of your
absolutely.
inheritance.
I'm just keeping Jacob company.
Well, if you want to bring a appraiser here later, we could probably find a good art market for these.
I'll be able to find an appraiser. You're gonna be in a painting somewhere, but it's okay. It'll probably sell for more.
All right, well, if you're not
Enjoy
coming
that.
in, then I guess we can continue on and
No,
look
no,
through the
no,
other rooms
please,
here.
please investigate all of it. I'm gonna go look at this hole and kind of figure out how a goddamn snake got in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go follow Jacob on that. Come on, Gorzo.
I guess I just go around the room and start examining all the paintings and giving my
Follow him around.
professional advice on what it might cost. Like I do my own version of appraising for Jacob here.
And I'll pretend to be super interested, or I'll actually be like, "Oh, really? It costs that much?
Okay.
See, I would have thought that cost a shitload."
Make a investigation check again, please, Horatio.
That
best.
is really low. That looks like to be a 5.
Okay. Are you looking at each individual painting, or just kind of like going past like different stacks and estimating, or what?
I'll go through the stacks, but just the one that's
Like on
front
the
most.
front?
And
Okay.
looking, yeah, and I won't like drag everything out or anything.
All right. As you go around, you find that some of them are pretty amateurish, while others are quite nice. You think that the fairly good ones probably could sell for hundreds of gold pieces to the right buyer, though finding someone with that kind of money would obviously be difficult. How it is that Jacob's uncle managed to get a hold of all of these is really a question for the philosophers and the scholars of the ages. Some of them don't really go for much. Some look like they're maybe worth like a few silver pieces.
Well, a lot of amateur work here, but a few that look pretty good, Jacob. I think I'm done examining your art.
All have been rummaging through him, and at one point been like, "Hey, music man, check it out! A naked broad. This one must be
Yes,
worth a
yes,
fortune."
The feminine form. Well, there are droves of women out there who are willing to show this in person, Barnum.
How to pick up a paintbrush more often.
Correct. Maybe if you had quite a paintbrush like in your hand, you would draw these types of women to your chambers for a self-portrait or two.
I like the sound of that.
I'm not really sure what else I would really be doing here, because I'm just kind of examining them further. But I wouldn't go through every single one and clean.
So meanwhile, out in the hallway, Jacob and Nyloth, you've been standing here. What are you guys doing?
I would want to just come up. I would hand my staff to Nyloth. Nyloth, can you hold this for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Kind of point it towards the hole if you can.
All right.
And
I'll
I
point
wanna
the staff towards the hole.
and I wanna just kind of close my eyes, put my hands palm down on the brick, and just kind of feel around the hole. And then put my hands on the inside and feel around on the inside, just to see what just like. Really, it's more of an intuition thing and a tactile thing more than a visual thing, I guess.
Make a insight or perception check, please. Your choice.
Sure. Tabarnak.
Whoa.
Big dick 20.
Okay. You go reaching around in here and feeling about and come away with the idea that this is just a place where a hollow brick has been placed, and there's nothing more to this mechanism here.
Nyloth. As I
What's
take
that?
my step back. Kor's over there. He's got a good nose.
Yeah. Let me find out.
I'll look him straight in the eyes, and I just want to see if I can I communicate with him just based on just looking at him, seeing if I can.
You see what looks like an ape that just follows behind Nyloth here. Right now it looks like it's picking through its hair. You can try and talk to it if you want.
Korzo.
The creature seems to realize that you're addressing it and looks in your direction, and then goes back to picking its hair almost like immediately.
Korzo. And I point to my nose and I kind of do a deep inhale. And I point towards the hole.
Make an intelligence check for your ape, please, Nyloth.
Alright, his intelligence is not too smart.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
Just yelling out to Jacob, Horatio, the appraiser, gets paid by the hour.
Oh, it was almost an 820.
Then stop working!
Yeah, 6.
Okay. The ape stares over at you, Jacob, and then seems to just go back to picking his hair.
God damn it. Nyloth.
Would you like me to take a look at it?
Yeah, you or the ape or both. Maybe two small
can try
brains
and
together
convince
can. Yeah. Just see what you can do, buddy.
If he doesn't get it, then I will look at it.
Perfect.
All right, Nyla. Hey, look at this hole, or Korzo. Look at this hole here. Sniff.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for your ape.
Oh, sweet perception.
I'm just gonna kind of
Oh.
peek in to the room here
Getting
while
such trashy rolls. That's a 10.
Okay. The ape leans over and sniffs at the hole here, and then stares back at you, expectantly, like there's a vacant look on his face.
Alright. Let me take a look myself, then.
Sure, you can make a perception check as well.
I'm gonna move Corzo back. Corzo, no, he fell over.
I guess I asked Jacob what they're doing out there, since I kind of know they're right near the doorway or where the hidden book was.
Let's just say I've got a feeling about that brick you pulled out. It could be nothing. I'd like to sit down, Aleutian, here, and
Mine's a
prop down
12.
my big ass book on the ground,
Okay.
and just again closing my eyes. I want to feel the magical vibe in this room. I want to see if there's anything that attracts me. See if there's anything enchanted or magical.
Sure. Make an insight check for me.
Sure.
So, knowing he's trying to concentrate, I just pull out my pen flute and
I'm gonna
play
spend one of
something
my
very
luck
soothing.
points to re-roll.
Please do.
I only got a 12, so
Okay, that's better.
I'm assuming I didn't see anything with it.
No.
That's a 12.
Wait,
so we need one.
wait. Before the outcome is due, since I'm playing my pan flute here in soothing tone, give him a bardic inspiration.
Sure.
Sure.
Cool.
At a D6? Or is it D8 for level 5 bards? I don't remember.
It's a D20.
No. That'd be crazy.
It'd be insane.
I think it's a... Is it a D6? It's a D4 originally?
No.
No.
It's a D8 at 5th level.
Okay.
So add a D8 to your roll, please.
So that's 16.
As you sit down and close your eyes, you think and meditate for a brief moment and see if there's anything strange about the room that you can pick up on. And sure enough, you feel like there's something strange about this place. It's, at first glance, some sort of disarrayed art collection, but you feel like there's probably something more that lurks about within this room and can't help but feel like it's just around the corner.
I can't help but feel like it's just around the corner.
Yeah, like whatever it is, you're on the cusp of discovering it.
Huh.
Not a literal corner, I should mention.
While the guys are just looking around, I'd like to okay, so for ritual spells, I don't need them prepared, right? They can just be in my book.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna, with a ritual, cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
I'd like to...
That does take up components, so you'll have to sacrifice some of your gold there. We can say that you would have had the components for it.
Okay. Okay, so it's consumed. Oh, it is consumed. It does say 10G consumed. Okay. So I'll bring up... I don't even know what familiars are. Can you give me a second?
Yeah, sure. Here, because I got to piss really bad, we'll take a brief 5-10 minute break before you guys dive into the
That doesn't sound like a bad
investigation
idea.
here. So be right back. Alright, Ashley, I'll return in a second.
Same.
So, I guess just to clarify from earlier, is Barnum just a normal fighter champion, or that I'm not sure?
He's a barbarian fighter, I believe.
Okay. And Nyloth is a ranger.
Yep, he's a Beastmaster, Conclave, Ranger. Revised. Doesn't give a shit about anything. Just completing bounties and shit.
I just got the motivations earlier, but I didn't really know the classes. And
Yeah.
Jacob is a diviner wizard.
Nice. I almost made a bard for tonight, just so I could sing, but I didn't do it. Gonna do that for my next one. Paladin and bard should be interesting.
I am a terrible singer. Otherwise, I would be trying some more. Yes. I may compose some type of rhyme by the end of this.
There you go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then back.
I am back.
All right, I'm back. Is that you, Billy?
That's me.
So, how are you enjoying those voices of mine there? Since Aldrin doesn't have one.
Dude, English is hard. Yeah, you do you, man. It's
It
whatever
definitely
voice-
adds like more character to your character, or it
Yeah,
makes them.
It just helps you divide yourself from whoever it is you're trying to play. It's kind of like it's a role-playing tool,
Yeah,
you can say.
I figured you got to get into it in order to really
Well,
be the character.
The key to getting into it, for me anyways, it's two things. It's one, surrendering any insecurity that you have. You know what I mean? Like you're in like a fucking voice channel room with 3 other people that you don't know. One of them is your brother, which is the 4th. And you're
Yep.
just shooting the shit playing a fucking virtual board game, man. So, just let yourself
yeah.
be and kind of unleash, And another thing I like to do is just jot down little events that would make this person their life. Like, if you were to think back on your own life and you were to say, what are the kind of defining moments of my life thus far, and like try to limit it to 5 or 6, do the same thing for your character. It kind of helps, and we're never going to find out about it probably, but
Yeah.
if it does come up, it's there, and it kind of helps you
Mhm.
sculpt your character. It gives it a spine,
Yeah.
right?
I had like a badass backstory all like set up for him, but I could not remember. Like I was putting in all this shit before we started, and
Because I think you went into specifics when you really just got to touch on like little blurbs. Like I don't know my parents' names. I don't know the city I come from, but I know that they're blue collar. I know that I come from lower class. Like just think of like again the core part of their backstory. You don't the more
Yeah.
specific you get, the more you can forget.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I was gonna be like, yeah, he came from a kind of like middle class family, I guess, and they were robbed. His parents were killed.
So he's basically Batman.
Yeah, basically.
Middle class.
I was a boy. Now I'm a bat. Have you ever seen
humor, of
Oh
course.
yes.
Where are the other drugs going?
Where are the drugs going? Donde están los drogas? Oh man, college humor is like the greatest.
I think one of my fucking favorite recent ones is
I haven't seen college humor in a while.
what is it? The diagnosis that one of them is a basic bitch. Have you seen that one?
Oh.
We're sorry, but I'm afraid it's terminal. It's like, oh my god. And he's like showing these fucking Instagram posts.
That sounds similar to like the retarded one.
I love that.
I don't know what the retarded one is.
Oh, it's like he's just doing a bunch of random tests and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, if your hand is bigger than your face, then you have cancer. Like that stuff. It's like,
Oh, right.
if you weren't retarded, you wouldn't have fallen for that.
The green guy lives in the greenhouse. The red guy lives in the red house. The pink guy lives in the pink house. Which house does the white guy live in? The White House. No, the president lives in the White House.
Dude, your joke delivery is just top
It's
notch.
terrible. It is terrible, I know.
There's no pause. There's no emphasis. You just blew through it like you're a fucking 12-year-old fucking for the first time. 12's a bit young.
I was gonna say they start early in Canada.
Oh, shit. God damn it, Kevin Spacey. Well,
Okay. Well, I think we're all back. You guys,
thanks.
are you ready? Do you know what familiar you're summoning?
familiar. I'm gonna
Where's
instead of
feedback?
going with the stats
Right, yeah.
because I
Oh,
do
okay.
not know any of them. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say that I'm going to summon a Raven.
The classic. All right.
Is it the classic? Is that it? Should I have gone with the Quipper fish?
Summons a fish that flops around on the ground and fucking dies.
Well, it can't die, right? It's a fucking, it's a goddamn interdimensional familiar man. That'd be a
Flops
cruel
around on the ground for
existence.
about 10 minutes and then just dies.
Anyways, the Raven, the classic.
Okay. So, we're all back here. You go ahead and set up a ritual which eventually summons into existence a black bird here that hops on the ground and turns towards you and awaits your command.
My old friend, not sure if you're feeling the same thing I am. There's something amiss in this room. Try finding it.
Ah. Well, then I guess I should examine the rest of these paintings. Maybe there's something hidden behind it. I
Oh,
start,
touch everything, please do.
I start sliding the paintings against the wall so I can. get to all
Horatio,
the
I was
spaces and
kidding.
everything.
God damn it.
Not a
Hey,
problem,
Tuck.
Jacob. It's perfectly fine. I'm sure Remus means no harm at all.
Right.
I'd tell Corzo to do the same thing, but he would probably tear apart this room.
So I need an investigation check from Horatio and also from your bird, Jacob.
How do I do that?
Well, the Raven has its own perception stat, which you would go and get, but in this case, we can just use yours if you want.
No.
So I net one
The
on my
Raven stat's
investigation.
probably better.
Maybe. I don't know. I have a decent wisdom. 5e.
So I net one my investigation roll.
Beautiful. Okay, so you see nothing.
Okay, so a Raven D20 has 4 perception. No, that's 13 for passive. Where the fuck is its wisdom? God damn it. Stupid roll 20. Oh, it's got +3 to perception. Okay, I got it. So that's a 10.
10. Okay. The Raven goes bounding about the room and eventually comes back to you, and it turns its head and gives you a expression as though it has come up empty-handed.
I wave my hand, and as an action, I dismiss it for now.
Sure enough, a little poof of smoke, and the Raven is gone. It seems to have found nothing. And Horatio is over there, going around, but it doesn't look like he's found anything either, as he shuffles about different frames of paintings here and there.
What's this?
That's the chandelier that hangs from the ceiling. It has a number of candles in it that cast a sort of dim light here and there.
Can I tell if there's a rune, a magical rune of some kind on the ground beneath
Oh,
it?
I do let Jacob know that I noticed it was magical earlier when I looked in. And not that.
So, as you look at this thing, you can see that the chandelier is a carefully concealed magical device in that the wax that drips off of it just sort of fades from existence like an illusion, and its flames are likely not even real, and the heat that comes off of them is probably some sort of figment of your imagination. Despite that, though, as you look at the thing, you can actually touch the chandelier and feel the metal of it when you reach out and grab a hold of it.
I'm just gonna dismiss this as one of Remus's little tricks to light up the room. I don't think it's anything more than that.
Sure.
Alright guys, well, if Horatio, yourself, Nyloth, and Barnum can't find anything, I don't want to spend all day in here. Got better stuff to find and more things looking to kill us, probably.
I agree. We gotta
Hey.
find what we're here to look for.
Ah, not a
Horatio.
problem, Chet. You lead the way.
You found nothing, eh?
Absolutely nothing other than some amateur paintings that might sell for a few silvers here and there.
Silver, and I smirk. You mean gold, right?
No, unfortunately, the art world would not appreciate some of these more amateur drawings. Maybe some might be worth a gold to the right buyer.
Always underselling. And I'll kind of go out here.
Okay. Back into the hallway you go, and your companions follow in your wake there.
Well, this was definitely Uncle Remus's favorite, but I figure it's a good idea to just go check the last one before we go through this one. So, I don't know if Horatio and Nyloth, you guys want to lead the way. You guys probably have the best pair of eyes between all of them. All of us, rather. Let us know what's behind door number 1?
Is this 1 or 2?
Well,
This
this
is
I
2.
consider 2.
Well, anything for you, Chet. I guess I want to examine this door too.
Which
See
door
if
are you
there's any
checking out?
traps. The one
At the end
here?
there?
Oh, at the end?
This
sure,
is door
I'll
1.
examine the...
Up here.
Okay, I'll examine at the end then.
Yeah.
Door 1.
Make an investigation check, please.
And I'll bring my light up next to him and I'll offer any advice that I can.
Ooh.
That is a nat 20 on the investigation.
Okay.
Because of my
Damn.
light.
And both ends of the spectrum tonight. And either nat 1 or nat 20.
You find something here. And I need from you a second roll now that you've noticed this. Please roll an Arcana check for me as well.
Could I help him with that?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, because if he
You
points
don't
this
need
out,
to.
you can do the
You
check
don't,
as
you
well.
don't need to.
Oh, wow.
It's another nat 20.
Holy fuck,
Whoa.
what are you doing?
He's got demon dice.
Okay.
This is the point of the game, by the way, where you rename your dice like El Fuego or something.
Oh, fuego.
El Fuego is the cursed name.
No,
Yeah.
Fuego is the... Yeah, that was
Oh,
not a good one.
Fuego gives you like nat 1s.
Fuego is a fickle
Potential
mistress.
Fuego. So as you stare at this door here, the first thing that you note, Horatio, is that it's got a magical inscription in it, and laden into the actual frame and the door itself and portions of the handle, you can see magical inscriptions that are very, very carefully concealed, which is strange, because you've given the other doors a look, and this is the first one that you've seen that seems to have something wrong with it, apart from the exploding door that was leading into the hallway. The other thing that you do after that is go to and check the inscriptions, and you find that it is a strong abjuration spell. The kind of which would be used for perhaps blocking someone's path or safeguarding something, but it works in the reverse. Instead of stopping you from getting into the room, it stops whatever's in the room from getting out.
I would like to share this information with the rest of the group.
Okay.
There is something being held in here. And I explained the spell, the runes, and
I did not want to be using this right away, but they say it's a good idea. I'm gonna go here and kneel and carefully open my book. And I'd
Okay.
like to cast Clairvoyance behind this door.
Move it right
Oh.
up.
I need to know, does clairvoyance let you see in the dark?
Let's see. You create an invisible sensor within range, in either an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, blah blah blah. It remains there for the duration. You can choose if it's seeing or hearing. And you can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if it was in the space, blah blah blah. As an action, I can switch between both. So even if I went into seeing, I can switch to hearing if I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, just to actually answer your question,
Doesn't look like
it
it.
doesn't mention anything other than... yeah.
Okay. So, you go ahead and finish this spell here. And over on the other side of the door, your sensor is created. And as you peer through it, you find that the room is black. There's nothing there for light, and you can't see anything.
I'll spend an action to hear.
Okay. So you go to here, there's nothing to be heard. It's completely still. There's no draft, nothing.
Are there any cracks along the door?
Oh, looking along the door, no, it doesn't appear that there are. You find that this door is easily in the best condition of all the other doors throughout the hallway.
Did I just burn a level 3? Fuck. God damn it. Ballsack, bitch, mother, cockfuck.
Does he know the dimensions of the room because of that, or is it?
No, he
No.
can't see anything.
Okay.
It's
doesn't
like
even
he's
see the
got
light.
his eyes over here and he's looking around, but he's in a completely dark room, so there's nothing for him to see.
Or here, apparently.
Or hear.
But since it's like that, can we provide light of any sort? Like, is this door
Sure.
have anything that we?
Well, there is that slit that you can peer through.
Can we maybe use a light cantrip and throw something into there?
You could.
I have it, but you would have to. I'm concentrating on this right now, and just for RP purposes, I'm on my knees and I'm doing this. But if you wanted to open the slot, I could. Light is
Oh wait.
not
Okay,
a concentration. That's good.
I have dark vision up to 120 feet.
I was gonna ask Barnum or Nyloth if they have a torch, and we could throw the torch into the room once I light it.
Through
Yeah,
the
I got a
slit,
bunch
don't know
of
if we'd
torches.
fit it, right?
A torch would not fit past the slit here.
It's probably a few inches wide, or a few inches tall, and probably like a foot wide or something.
Yeah, it's barely under 2 inches
Okay.
vertically, and then
If I were to
horizontally, it's like as long as your hand, maybe.
If I were to look in the crack, would I be able to see with my dark vision?
Yeah, presumably.
Because I have 120 feet of dark vision, so.
And
You-
I'll have my eyes closed, but I'll say, look, Horatio pointed this out. There's a spell blocking this door, so if you guys think you can open the slit, try. Just know that whatever's protecting this door from whatever is inside going out, I don't know if there's going to be some kind of adverse effect for you guys. So try opening it. I have my eye on the other side. If we get any light in there, I should be able to see.
Are you gonna open up the slit and stare inside there, Nyloth?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Back out of the way.
Go ahead and step up to the door. You place your hand on the knob and slide the piece of wood out of the way to let you see inside. It takes a brief second for your eyes to adjust, allowing you to see in the dark as all Drow can do. And you see what looks like a room, more or less devoid of feature. The walls are simple cobblestone brick, and the floor simple cobblestone brick. The ceiling has no light fixtures. There are no torches and sconces on the wall. But the room is not empty. Filling the room, you see what looks like a collection of maybe 3 to 4 dozen mannequins just standing there.
This is an interesting room. It's just got a couple. It has a couple mannequins in there, and yeah.
I do have a question. Does the slit hold would a candle fit through it?
Yes, you could shove a candle through it.
Okay, so I would be like, hold on one second. Maybe we can get a little bit of a better view for Jacob here. I'm gonna light one of my candles and use Mage Hand and drift it through the hole, and kind of like
Oh,
circle it slowly around the room as the edge of my range here.
sure.
While you're doing that too, I just realized Find Familiar isn't concentration.
Nope.
So can I have the Raven appear on the other side of the door?
Sure.
So I'll do that,
Oh,
and I'll have it fly around the room while the candle is, shedding light.
holy
This
crap!
reminds me of
Are
that
these
silent-
mannequins?
Yes.
This reminds me of that Silent Hill
Holy
scene where the
crap.
nurses are in the basement and
Oh god, yeah.
and gets them fucking freaking out.
It's an entire room full of nurses.
Nyloth, you step back for a brief moment as a candle held by a floating spectral hand comes up and slides on through past the entranceway here into this strange dark room. The light of the candle is dim and only sheds maybe about 5 feet by another 5 feet around but you're able to maneuver the thing, Horatio, and float it from one spot to another, casting a orangish light that falls upon the different mannequins here. All of them are just like the kind you would see in maybe like a clothing shop, used to show off wares as they would appear actually on somebody's frame. You find that the majority of the mannequins look pretty similar. Some of them have like little scuffs on them, like a little scratch here or a bit of discoloration, but they're all otherwise made of just like regular wood and are held up by what looks like a metallic stand that sort of goes into their torso and then reaches the ground.
Jacob, what do you see?
Give me a second. I'm gonna snatch up that candle from your mage hand, actually, with my raven,
Okay.
and I'm gonna fly around the room.
All right. Going from
Take a
one
step
spot
back.
to another, you gradually reveal the amount of these creatures that are in here. There's tons of them. A dozen over here and a dozen over here. Your bird has to weave from one spot to another. And then at one point, the light suddenly tumbles and your raven disappears. You feel your find familiar spell suddenly fail as the raven is fatally wounded and disappears from this plane of existence. The candle tumbles from where it previously was floating about in the room, being flown around, and then lands harmlessly on the ground.
Would I have seen with my clairvoyance spell while the raven was like flying around with a candle what struck it?
Ah. Make a perception check, please.
Sorry, that's like a super odd specific question, but
No.
I think it's fair.
okay, 17.
You have no idea. At one moment it was fine, and then at the next it was a poof of feathers, and it was gone.
Oh, fucking Remus.
What's wrong, Jacob? Is
So-
there a big beast in there?
Not big, I don't think. I would have heard it, or we would have seen it. But
Well,
my
as long
raven,
as it's not like the dragon we fought, then it should be fine, right?
you say that, but it's creepy as all hell. Whatever's in here, Remus didn't access very often. Which means it's either a distraction or something that's protecting something that he wouldn't have ever needed, but stashed away. We're here. We're gonna have to clear this out eventually, and you guys all owe me a favor, so let's take this shield down and see what's inside, yeah?
Alright.
Bring it on.
Do I have something? No, that's a terrible idea. Stop suggesting things. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're right. We'll do that. Okay. Would I know if Counterspell could work on something like this because it's not cast, but it's technically a ward?
Oh. The magic on the door, you mean?
Yes.
You think that this could be possibly removed, though it would be the spell Dispel Magic, not Counterspell.
Not Counterspell. Okay.
Counterspell is like when a spell is actively cast on
Right.
you, whereas this is like something that's laid into an object, in this case a
Okay.
door.
I don't have Dispel Magic. So, well, you know what? Before I burn anything, let's see if it opens.
I mean, is there? This isn't a Thieves' Tool disarm at all, right? Because it's magical.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Do what you're doing.
Well, Horatio, you did say this was protecting this door from opening from the inside. So, maybe
Well-
this side won't be affected.
You also might want to be careful, Jacob. What if it locks us in there once we are inside?
Well, I'll Misty step out. You guys will be stuck.
Yeah, I'll just hack down the wall.
Guys, what I can say though, don't bunch up for the love of Christ. If things get hairy in there, I'm gonna have to unleash the big guns. Just as a.
I
ominous
nod silently and
thing.
I pull out my hand crossbow rather than my rapier.
So,
What's in there? You just said it was creepy.
oh, right. Bunch of mannequins. One might have been so accurate as to hit a flying raven in pitch black. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know how you like surprises, Barnum. So,
Sounds like nothing.
if you want to give it a try, someone do the honors. We'll see if it opens up. If it doesn't, that's a problem that we'll cross, or a bridge we'll cross when we'll get.
Oh, Barnum, you're a resident door kicker here. Would you like to do the honors?
Poor guy's been.
Think this one's gonna set me on fire?
It's
Nonsense.
a shield. It's a
Said
shield.
it's
It's
just
not
a
an
barrier of
imitation.
some sort. Just don't break anything while you strike it.
You know what, Barnum? Take my word of advice. Just try the doorknob this time.
Not too much flair in that.
Ah,
All
you
right,
could
I'll
use
try
your
it.
flair
I'll walk
behind.
up and turn the knob, see what happens.
Okay. A satisfying click comes from the knob as you turn it. Open the door at any moment. It's unlocked now.
Does it open in or out?
It opens into the room.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll just kind of try and thrust it in.
I'll cast light right on top of Barnum's head.
So, you're opening this and you're flying the door open as fast as you can, right?
Yeah.
You thrust the door open, and as you do so, a sudden wind comes flooding out of the room. It's cold. All of the torches in the hallway suddenly start to flap about, and you watch as their flames grow dim and start to suffocate as though something is snuffing them. And then total darkness takes all of you as the lights in the hallway go out. However, there is a small light above you, Barnum, which, what object are you casting this light on, Jacob?
His helmet, I assume that he has. Do you have a helmet, Barnum?
No, I'm totally unarmored.
You're unarmored, eh?
Put it
You
on
have
his weapon, though.
You can cast it on my trident if
There
you want.
Oh, that would look fucking badass. So yeah, it's on your trident, man.
Okay.
Tip.
Bitchin'.
The only light here is that which comes from the trident here, which Barnum holds. You all note that the candle, which had fallen into the room, has since gone out, and all of the area falls into darkness.
And light is it's 20 feet of radiant, 20 feet of dim, right?
Yes. So you could see out to, like, here-ish.
Okay.
Is anything moving?
No, you can see a few mannequins that are close by the door. They're just standing there.
Yeah.
It's a creepy, but it doesn't seem too imposing.
I'll be like, Barnum, hold one moment before he goes to the doorway. I put my hand crossbow over his shoulder, and I shoot at the closest mannequin here.
Make
to
an
the door.
attack roll, please.
If they'll animate and fucking rush us World War Z style.
At least I have a door.
Choke point.
That is unfortunately a 9.
Okay. You fire out and you actually miss it, but you do hear the sound of your crossbow striking wood as though it maybe hit another one beyond the view of the light. Nothing seems to happen.
I don't think these are golems of anything that activate just from us swinging at them. Maybe there's something else hidden among these mannequins.
At this point,
Oh.
let me see here. What is the AC of your monkey companion here, Corzo?
Oh shit.
Hey.
Why
AC
is
is
Corvo
12.
getting hit? Oh, jeez.
His AC is 12.
This one
AC's
burst
12.
through the door at him, or
Yeah.
the wall at him.
Okay. Suddenly, your ape friend calls out in pain as though he's been struck, and you see that he kind of like moves over, almost in a panic, over towards your group here.
Corzo, what's wrong?
You can see that he looks bruised and bloodied as though he has been struck, and you can go ahead and lower Corzo's HP as he has taken 4 damage.
Right.
We all noticed this, right?
Yes.
Can I like make some type of check to see like is there an invisible creature that I would know about or assume this might be?
Oh. You would know that there are different types of invisible creatures that lurk out there in the world, but you have no idea if this is one of those.
I'm gonna be
Careful,
on
there,
high alert right now.
careful. There might be something invisible here. You just struck your ape friend, Corzo.
As you look over there, given your dark vision, Nyloth, you see what looks like a single mannequin that stands in the hallway here.
Holy crap!
Get the
Alright,
fuck out of here!
There's a mannequin behind us. Can I
What?
make an attack on it?
Sure, yeah, you gonna shoot an arrow at it?
Yep.
Go for it.
Oh, things got
Oh.
interesting.
God, we can't all look away from the door.
Shit night.
I'm going to, by the way, Aleutian, I have a bag
got
of
a
sand
10.
that I get with my scholar backpack.
Mhm.
I'd like to take that and spread a mist of sand this way.
Sure.
And
I'd like to yell
chuck
at
it.
Barnum, close the door! They're
All
coming
right.
out!
Can I
Doesn't seem to
have
matter, but okay.
Corzo make an attack as well?
Okay, so what was your shot that you did first?
10.
Nyloth?
Assuming
Okay,
it misses.
Nyloth, you shoot out, and your arrow strikes directly center here, landing at the torso of this mannequin. It just sticks in, as though you had shot like an archery target downrange. And it doesn't move at all.
Olive shut the door at this point.
Okay. Barnum, you go ahead to shut the door, and as you do so, there's some resistance. And you realize that very close to the door, there's a single mannequin that kind of bars the way. He's incredibly close to you.
Come to
This is
tangle with the master.
There's so many goddamn nightmares.
What do you want to do?
Oh, I'm gonna stab at this.
You're gonna shank him?
Yeah.
Go for
Stab him with my trident. Oh, can I make it reckless?
it. Sure.
Alright. Of course, that probably would have been fine. That's alright, whatever. 13.
Okay. 13. You strike the creature. Go ahead and roll damage.
Can Corzo also make an attack? His rock throw attack? Or can he not do that in here?
Rock from?
Yeah, where's...
Where's the rock coming from? His bum?
The brick that we took out of
Yeah,
the wall.
Yeah,
Oh, is
just
it
hand him
carrying the brick? Okay.
Yeah, hand him
That's
the
all-
brick.
11
Or you can
damage.
Rip one out of the
11
ground.
damage. Okay. A single strike here, and you hit this thing pretty hard. You're landing the trident on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You hit the creature right at the neck, like kind of where the head connects to the torso of the mannequin, and the head snaps and breaks off, and the whole thing kind of tumbles to the ground as it leans back and falls to the ground. You close the door?
Yeah, and as I do, I said, I guess I'm ahead in this one.
The door closes behind you as your great joke finishes.
Shut the door. I beheaded one too.
Great job, Barnum. No blood on your trident yet. Maybe later.
Now, if you want,
Yeah,
you
we'll
can have
see.
Corzo
The
run
day's
up
young.
and slap this creature, but you don't have anything you can throw at it.
Bitch slap the motherfucker.
It's up to you. Do you want it to go up and hit it? Maybe not?
Hmm. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna have Corzo's gonna run up and he's gonna hit it
Okay, go ahead and make the attack, please.
as he falls over. God damn it. Somebody fix that. Alright. Come on, Corzo. Alright, let me see his page here. Okay, so it's +3, so that's a 9.
Perhaps he's feeling frightful because as Corzo steps out and swings, he actually misses the creature as like he kind of jumps back, anticipating that it might hit him or something like that, and his swipe goes wide and misses the thing, even as it just stands there.
Okay. So, can he move back or no?
Sure, yeah, he seems frightful of the thing.
He's gonna move back into like the center of the group there.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but I actually only did 9 damage because I added my rage damage, and I'm not raging, so.
Okay. Yeah, it still would have knocked the head off the mannequin.
Okay.
It's alive.
Cool.
So you're all in a completely dark hallway with a lone mannequin that has an arrow stuck into its chest.
Alright, I'll take care of it. I'll walk up and attack this one too.
Sure,
kills.
make an attack.
Alright, I'll just do a regular attack on this one. That's 10.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Still not raging, so.
What are these things?
Oh, that is 6. So 8.
8. Okay. You manage to strike this one here with your trident as well. It kind of bounces back, hits against the wall, and then tumbles over. So this one is now laying on the ground.
Wood, you were saying? And I want to take out a torch and try and set this one on fire.
Sure, okay. You pull out a torch and set it aflame and reach down and go ahead to light this thing on fire. And as you do, you note that the flame struggles to stay lit, as though something is blowing it out. By the time that you bring it down to the wooden mannequin, the torch is extinguished.
That was weird.
Magic. And I just like wiggle my hand.
Good point. I thought it was wind, but could be magic. Taking out 2, so. What do you guys want to do?
We might want to restrain this in some way here. It might get back up and pursue us. I kind of offer my rope if the rest of the group thinks it's a good idea.
Horatio, the thing teleported through a wall and struck an ape before it even knew what happened. I don't know
Now,
if it's gonna stop it.
now we don't know if he actually teleported instantly or if there was a hidden compartment of some sort or a hidden door that he
Do you
just
see one?
managed to get through. Well, that's why it's hidden, my friend.
What if it's got no arms?
Well, we just have to bind it so it can't move.
Guys,
as long as it's bound, Kelly.
We're trying to treat the symptoms. We're not trying to treat the problem. Yes, the symptom are mannequins are attacking us right now, but the mannequins aren't the problem. I think the darkness is. They eliminated the sconces. They're in there in the dark, and light can't seem to touch it or touch them.
My trident's still lit though, right?
Your trident is still lit, and is basically the only source of light that you all have here as you're huddled in the dark hallway.
I mean, we got light here.
But there wasn't light where Corzo was when it was attacked.
That is a great point. So we must be afraid of the shadows. And I kind of light my little candle first. But I'm like, hey, you have another torch maybe?
I don't think natural light is going to help. They snuffed out the candle and they stuffed out the sconces out here.
While Jacob is speaking, the candle goes blows out.
They don't call me a diviner for nothing.
Well, this is going to be awkward. Can't well see in the dark, can we?
We don't. It's... Yeah.
I can't.
There's something I want to try. One of 2 things I want to try. The first one burns me of any high-level magic that I have at my disposal. right now, but I imagine it could be fairly destructive. The other one is a little more of a Russian roulette deal, although I don't even know what Russia is right now, but we can try. Luck is usually on my side. Everyone stay huddled together around the light. Nyloth, make sure Corzo stays near us and near the trident.
Yep.
Barnum, you have to stay close to us. The moment we're on the outskirts, we're potentially, if my guess is right, we're going to be targeted. Open the door, and taking out the Wand of Wonders, I'm going to gesture to him and be like, time to bring out Remus's big gun.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright.
Okay, the door opens, and you can see into the dark room ever so barely, the light of the trident showing a few mannequins that stand by the door. And what's strange is that they all look like they've moved since then, remarkably closer towards the door than before.
Everyone, as close as possible. Nyloth, bring Corzo in. Have him hug you if need be. We need to really be close.
Did Jacob
Yep.
share what the wand does when he found out upstairs, or do we have no idea what this is gonna do?
You have no idea.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're
Currently
huddled
just
together.
moving mine outside right here so I can
I think
get
he
them
did
closer.
mention that it was like an item that his Uncle Remus owned, so it could just like turn you blue or some sort of weird thing, knowing his uncle.
I did say that, yeah,
Yeah.
but nothing else. I'm gonna
I have
aim.
no idea what that means.
Corzo, stay close.
I'm gonna aim at this mofo.
Okay.
If I look at the wand, the triggers on them, there's no indication that there's any distinction between one or the other,
No,
right?
there is a single button, and you have
There's a single
inspected
button.
this, so you actually know that pressing this button is the only way to activate it, and the effect that comes from it is going to be random.
Okay, so I'm gonna point, about to press it, then I'm gonna kind of like squint, put my hand up over my face, and then press the trigger, pointing at this mofo right here.
I
I would
also
like-
want to follow suit and put my hands up in front of my face like, whoa.
Roll a D100, please.
Do we even have those?
You can roll
I
two
don't think-
D10s, just say which is which.
These are
What?
D10.
One's a 10 and one's a 20.
Okay, so we'll say this is the 10,
Okay.
and this is the 1 unit.
Alright. So 33. You point out this wand and suddenly hear what sounds like a crack of thunder that radiates out from the room. Gradually, you watch as rain begins to drop from the ceiling as though you were outside in a heavy storm of some kind. And it starts to drench all of the mannequins here and fall all over the place. The entirety of the room is covered up by this rain.
I look over, kind of smiling. Well, it didn't blow us up.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, Jacob, I'm not sure they're crops, though.
no, but they're gonna be real pissed off. They're gonna get all bloated and ugly. Do I go
Wait,
for
did you
round-
not know what the wand was gonna do?
Oh, they told me what it would do.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
They didn't tell me exactly what it would do, but they kind of gave me an estimate. Okay.
Well, what's the plan now? Now that they're all wet.
I'll press it again, obviously. And I press it again.
Okay, roll again, please.
Woo! Let me separate it here.
I pressed it 100 more times.
17. A powerful gust of wind suddenly comes rushing out from the end of the wand and goes towards this one that you've pointed this at. It knocks over it and a couple of other mannequins, which tumble to the ground, and puddles of water can be seen just like collecting all over the place.
Well, you're calling it wind and rain, but this weather rod you have there.
God damn you, Horatio.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
I put it away. And looking at my staff, I'm just gonna point at this fucker and cast Firebolt at it.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack, please.
I'm gonna reroll that with luck.
Okay.
Oh,
There you
I'm a hustler, baby.
go. Roll damage, please.
Let me cross off the second luck point. Okay, roll damage. What's the damage? Right, so it's 2d10?
I think so, for Firebolt. Did that or
'Cause I'm-
2d8s?
It's 2d10. Yeah, it's 2d10. Okay. Because I got the Fuego and I'm level 5. Nice. Holy shit. No modifier, right? So it's just 17 damage.
Yeah. There's a loud poof, and then the sound of wood scattering as you fire out a little mote of flame that bursts and, against the rain, causes steam to fly up and parts of the arms of this creature to fly across the room. Its head tumbles from its torso. It falls over in a bunch of disheveled pieces.
I look over to the group. Either we can have some fun or this can take a while. What do you guys
They
want to
put
do?
much of a fight up so far.
It's
I'm
true.
I'm pretty sure they only move in darkness.
I
You know
don't
what
have
it
to worry
kind of
about
makes me wonder? The chandelier in the painting room.
Do you want us to fetch that chandelier for you?
Well, I don't even know if we can fetch it, but these things can't seem to snuff out magical light. I don't have enough power or just enough know-how with regards to light spells anyways to do anything more than a paltry you know, make a trident nice and neon and shiny. So I'm thinking if there's some way to get that chandelier over here, we might just be able to eradicate them in one shot. Otherwise, I mean, I can take my time and just firebolt them one at a time and see what happens.
Well,
Yeah.
the first concern is Barnum's trident here is the only thing that we can use because our torches keep getting snuffed out. We'll have to move as a group down the hallway. And who knows how many have escaped the room by then.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna follow us.
Yeah, they're fuckers, aren't they?
Plus, weren't the lights on the wall here lit when we came in?
Yeah, but those weren't magical. They lit up spontaneously, but I don't think they were magical.
Ah. Is there any? Do we see any light coming from
Down the hall?
down the hall? Yeah.
There is a very dim orangish light that comes from there, as though the chandelier continues to burn in that room.
So what do you think, guys? I can stay here for a good 15 minutes and clear this place out with Firebolt, or we can try the chandelier idea. It's up to you guys.
Uh,
We could also just try to walk through huddled together, but if they decide to jump on us in the middle, we're fucked.
I want to stab.
Well, get to the front. Let's stab.
I'm personally okay with helping you take them down as long as we're all in the light together and just work our way through the room together.
Is that the plan?
I suppose.
Okay. The group
Yeah.
travels in. Using the light of the trident, you find one after another and dismantle them, stabbing at them with tridents, casting magic upon them, swords, ape strength, everything that you can muster, till you decimated them. But something is wrong, and as you kind of make your way into the room, throwing down one after another, you find that the ones that had been seen near the back end of the room are no longer there.
We're all in the room together, right? So
Could we have like retroactively closed the door behind us?
That would have been a pretty good idea, wouldn't it? You're all in the room, surrounded by a bunch of these broken and dismantled mannequins in this completely empty and dark room, only to find that roughly about half of the things are missing.
oh, blimey, these things are teleporting.
You don't say. Alright, well, I don't know what the hell happened to the rest of them, but let's just do a quick sweep of the room, see if there's anything that might have been useful or stashed here with the mannequins as defense, and we'll deal with our idiotic transgression afterwards of leaving the door open.
Mm-hmm.
After a
Sounds
while,
good.
you guys kind of examine the walls and the different portions of the room, finding that there's nothing here. Everything is just like mundane and normal, although now freshly coated with a bunch of rain.
Fucking cock, man.
Oh, we just released a bane upon the world there, Jacob. I don't know if Remus meant for these to get out.
Knowing Remus, he would be laughing right now if these actually got out. Okay, well, they didn't tell me this would happen. Okay, well, down into door number 2, I guess, while we're assaulted on all sides. This time we might want to make sure that the doors close behind us on our way out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys travel out and make your way back into the hallway, you see some of your companions here. There's a single mannequin that stands there by the hall as you make your way outside.
God damn.
Hey, look, I found one.
You have to be a especially sick fuck to conjure this.
This is definitely a Doctor Who moment with angels.
I'm gonna just fucking firebolt it. Fuck
Okay.
it.
A moment
I'll walk
later, it
down.
lies on the ground in pieces.
Now, if I find out these are reassembling themselves, I'm gonna fucking have a shit fit.
Are you guys
I'm
going
gonna
down to door number 2?
I'm gonna recast light onto myself.
Okay.
And walk down, make sure everyone's huddled with me while I'm going down.
Okay.
And I actually want to go past door number 2 and just peek into door number 3 to see if my hypothesis is correct and that they stick to the dark.
Now, before we get to that, you do run into a couple of these things while going down the hallway. And right
Okay.
about here, you notice something. Your light falls on another one of them, which is past this door here. And it looks like it's like mid-stride. Its legs and arms are positioned like it's walking towards the steps.
Firebolt it.
Okay. You destroy this.
And I'm gonna head out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The momentary blast of light from your firebolt shows more of them in the room that look like
Jacob,
they're
they're trying to escape. We have to prevent them from getting out to the world.
Let's smash him.
You know, Horatio, I was thinking we just let them go. I mean,
There are innocent people out there that have no idea that these things are going to be creeping into their backyards.
Their gorillas
there's
will get slapped.
There's
All the
gonna come
gorillas.
a point where they just stop
all right.
all the time.
And I dispatch them as well.
Okay.
And
Do my
Are you gonna
part.
check
I wanna-
up into the upper area?
yes, of course.
Okay.
Can I make an intelligence roll to see if I can guesstimate roughly how many would have escaped, judging by...
Yeah,
many
absolutely.
were here?
Make an int roll for me.
It's just straight int, right?
Yes. If you can pass a 15, you know exactly, and if you can pass a 10, you have a pretty good estimate.
An int for me would be 12.
Okay. By the time
Oh,
that you
sorry.
make it past this room, go up the steps and get into the next room, you notice something. The windows are ajar, and there's a draft here. The door lays flung open, and you find more of these mannequins throughout the room, which you promptly destroy, but you don't get all of them. And you think that roughly 3 or 4 of them are missing. As you look out beyond, you see the dark forest there. There's not a lot of light that comes down from the sky, and there's plenty of areas where the canopy provides complete darkness, but these things are nowhere to be seen.
I just shrug my shoulders and look to the party. Guys, it's a one shot. I mean...
Meta as fuck. Well,
Weren't there
unfortunate,
3 that
but-
got out?
well, hopefully some city guard out there will stop those 3 from doing any harm.
if we could dispatch
Yep.
them with nothing more than a bruised ego of an ape, then I think they'll be okay.
Alright,
Maybe.
there are worse things out there that other people have lived with, so sure, why not?
I mean,
Meanwhile,
they can only get so far,
Aleutian
right?
is like, all right, well,
Who knows? Maybe the contract
core
needs to
story of episode 2 is now the mannequin army fucking Necroning it up. God damn it. We've unleashed a blight on the world!
I do like to tie
See,
in the
this
one
is the
shots
point
to
we're
actual
gonna fight
things
now.
that happen.
Oh my god. And they like multiply, they're building more of each other out there.
Who
He's
knows?
like, we only released 3. There's like 1,000, they're all making each other.
God. That reminds me of the fucking Darkness Falls movie. Anyways.
Alright, so I guess we go back in and examine the second. Oh wait, well we go to the third door first, right?
Well, I
Let's see.
wanna... Yeah, because my hypothesis is that they can't travel in light. And I'm pretty sure that that's right, but I would want to just check the painting room real quick to see if there's any in there.
Okay. As you make your way over towards the painting room, you find that it's devoid of the mannequins. As you peer by a stack of paintings here and look into a dark corner over here, you don't find any of them. There's none to be found.
Okie dokie ravioli.
Can I try and light a torch again?
Sure. As you light a torch, you note something strange, or perhaps normal happens. This time, it is not put out.
Seems like our light issues are taken care of.
We're at the
Oh,
small
just in
cost
case.
of a few lives.
Just in case, should we try to get this chandelier down? Or some of these magical candles off it at least?
I would have closed the door behind, but I didn't specify.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
Well, some of them got out even
I'm gonna
before
go
that,
into
though.
a castle in episode 2 and it's gonna be there are mannequins everywhere.
This door? This door.
Son of a
They're all
bitch!
gonna
That door,
congregate
I
at,
would, like-
Oh, okay.
In my head, I was like, yeah, that happened, right? But I should have specified I go to close the door behind us. Because we just unleashed a fucking shit show. If they don't multiply, who cares? They become the 3 best mannequin assassins in the world. And,
Look at
It's a new race.
This is what we're gonna fight at Emerald.
how many, they can, they're only 3. They can only be in so many places at once. But if they start multiplying Necron style, we're truly fucked.
There's just weird sightings of mannequins in strange places, and people's pets get, like, killed in the night.
That I can handle. As long as the dog doesn't die. The dog
I'm just
can't.
gonna open camp one day and be completely surrounded by mannequin as your campfire goes out.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Well, we knew this would happen one day.
The mannequins are gonna be the blight of a level 1 party. I'm calling it right now. We had a TPK this Tuesday. What got you? It was really weird. There were some mannequins that came after us in the night.
Carrick starts
I'm
to
just gonna.
whistle
I'm just.
Okay, well, you guys find yourself by the second door, the one whose handle betrays how it must have been used more than any of the others. And the other 2 rooms that you've been into have been nothing but a treat. The fun cave's definitely living up to its name.
It's so not fun.
This is the opposite of fun.
Guys, this is a blast.
We have permanently scarred the world. Just opening a door. Who knows? What if they go after kings? What if they animate all the mannequins on Earth? Fuck. Well,
Well,
who
maybe they'll
knows?
just harmlessly go to clothing stores looking for
Maybe
jobs.
I'll roll
Oh,
a
no.
mannequin. That could be interesting for
They're
episode.
just
2.
like seeking employment. They go to every tailor shop, like putting in their job applications.
Like visibly just sick and tired of this shit already. I mean, they are just open fucking.
You're not checking inside, you're just opening it?
Well,
Okay.
Jacob says, "Oh, I didn't open it. I was instructing someone who might have
Oh shit.
want to open the door slide. Who knows?"
Sorry, somebody used my stairs, I didn't catch that.
Oh, I said I rolled a nat 20 for everything.
Oh, nice.
No. So I'll instruct. So I'll ask someone just open them. Whether they actually just open the door is up to them.
What do you guys want to do?
I want to examine the door before I investigate it.
Okay.
Thank God.
getting a... Oh, the big rolls have left.
Yes, they have. It's because I renamed the dice.
Well,
Did you
don't
name it
so it's
Fuego?
No.
You fool!
That was the problem.
You fool!
As
El
you look over
Misfortuna.
here, you can definitely see what Jacob's talking about, and the handle here is quite worn. The socket that it sits in and the metal that it has here has clearly been used quite a bit. However, as you stare at the door and check out all of its little trappings, you don't find anything like a hidden crossbow or magical inscriptions. You don't think this door is trapped.
Looks fine to me, Barnum, if you will. Just volunteer again.
All right, you guys afraid of doors or something?
Hey,
I'll
now,
kick this one.
where'd your eyebrows go, Barnum?
I still got one. I can still look sarcastic. I'll just rub my hands together, spit on both of them, and then I'll just open the door.
Okay.
Gross.
The door opens up, and inside you find
So
a
excited.
lit room, much like before. A single chandelier standing at the center casts a dim light on all of the contents. This one is strange. You see a bed over in the corner, laying here. On its side, a mattress that is toppled out of it. You see sheets that lay across the ground, what looks like rope that goes to like the bed frame there. You see what looks like a bunch of manacles that hang off of like the side walls here. It looks like some sort of weird kink dungeon.
Now I know why I'm fucked up. I've
Guys,
been
now
having
this
visions of
is the fun
Uncle
cave.
Remus's BDSM cave. Alright. Well, I guess it's my turn. And I'll walk on in.
Okay. Contents of the
I'll
room
follow.
are weird and strange. Some things are
Dildos.
recognizable, like the manacles, but other things are odd. Like over here, you see what looks like an X that's been laid out on the walls. And each one of them has like manacles in different spots, as well as leather straps that hang from it.
Alright. You're a weird fucking uncle.
There are chains that hang from portions of the ceiling over here in the corner.
Sex swing.
All sorts of strange stuff. The mattress looks like it's got strange stains on the otherwise black fabric.
Are we talking white stains or
Mm-hmm.
nice?
Now, this is my type of funhouse. I've been in one of these sex dungeons before. Quite a good time, if you ask me.
No, something's not right. Besides the obvious, obviously.
There's a lot wrong here, Jacob. This is your uncle we're talking about.
A room of
Uh.
paintings, a room of mannequins, a room of pleasure. No treasure, no instrument. Look around, guys. I'm gonna meditate on this.
So you guys kind of wander about the room and watch as Jacob takes a moment to think and ponder very strongly.
Like stay the maximum distance away and use my mage hand instead of like brushing the chains on the walls and
Sure.
kind of moving stuff a little bit so I can see better underneath them.
Brief metallic jingles come from your mage hand as they sort of disturb the contents that come out from the wall here. Everything seems mundane and normal. Nothing magical here.
Yeah, I just poke and prod around.
Okay.
See if there's anything strange, I guess.
What was this again? Just beds
It's a
A
mattress outside of a bed.
with the
Yeah.
stains and stuff? Okay.
toppled bed frame that lays on its side, and a mattress that is tumbled out of it, along with a bunch of sheets. Oof.
I guess I use my dagger and start cutting up the mattress to see if there's anything inside.
Ah.
Nothing but fucking unspent babies in there.
Sorry about that. I had to sneeze a couple times. I muted my mic halfway through that first one.
Kind of gave me a mild heart attack. Don't worry.
Are you being attacked by mannequins?
strangled. Maybe just a little.
Cut into the mattress, hoping to maybe find Uncle Remus's secret stash, but find nothing other than just a bunch of feathers inside. Fluff.
What we're looking for isn't going to be in here, I don't think.
Where else is there to go?
Room with the paintings. We barely looked through it. Look, I'm just trying to get into Uncle Remus's head here. We all are. We can't figure it out. I mean, it can't be the mannequin room. That was just something fucked up and perverted that he had. He never went in there, it was protected. We looked around, we couldn't see anything. Here, he just brought trollops in, fucked them up, strapped them to a wall, probably left them disappointed and, sent them on their way. Painting room. Painting room is the only thing that sticks to the theme of what we're looking for. There's gotta be something in there that we missed.
Well, you can't say he just brought Charleston. Maybe his lover was brought here and he played a beautiful piece of music using his Stradivarius or whatever this grand instrument might be that you have not shared with me yet.
Nah, he's a no if he wouldn't be able to play, I don't think. He hoarded
Okay.
shit just so bards like yourself wouldn't have the opportunity to make that instrument sing. He was a curmudgeon old fuck.
More of a collector then. Well, let's go check the art room, as you said.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Are you guys traveling together over to the art room?
Yeah.
With the light, right?
the
Because
light.
it's still dark.
Yes, the hallway is still dark. Though
We
one of you
should
now has
split
a
up.
torch.
We should split up.
Yeah, it's-
I'm thinking if we bait the motherfuckers in.
Well, at the moment, Jacob has the light on him
Yeah.
on his staff, and
I've got a
Barnum has a
torch.
torch. Right.
I'll light the
I've got my
sconces.
dark vision.
I'll go out and start lighting up all the sconces and stuff.
Sure.
I'm gonna follow Barnum and help him do that, I guess. With
Okay. Those
I
light,
don't know.
and
Stick with
sure enough,
Jacob
as you
then.
hold your torch to them, they go back up in flames. It's kind of nice to have like a proper atmosphere in here once again, and be able to see down and up the hallway.
Looking down the hallway, is it the same amount of bodies as there were?
Yes.
I'm just gonna pile them together, or I'm gonna. Maybe these guys will help me, but I'm gonna bring them one at a time back into the room, and then I'm gonna close the door behind me. All of them. I'm gonna spend
Little
the time.
bonfire action.
No,
Sure.
no. We
You're
might want
dragging
to
them,
study
putting them
them at
back?
some point. Yeah. I don't know if these things reanimate.
So surely, one after another, you grab all the ones that you can and toss them back into the room. Their components laying all over the place in a discarded, damaged heap.
I close the door behind me. Do I still feel the abjuration spell on the door?
You can still see the inscription, and sure enough, when you close it, there's something about it as though it's active.
Okay, good. And we really checked this room, right?
You
We
did,
didn't even
yeah.
have to roll. It was just...
There's
It was
nothing
all
to
good.
it.
Okay. Oh, so I'll join the party back down and head over to this place.
I'll follow him. We're all together,
Same.
right? We're just gonna go together.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
The group
Yeah.
eventually makes its way back into the painting room, where you find things are undisturbed. There are all the stacks of paintings and the chandelier at the center.
So when I initially did an Arcana or whatever check to detect magic, you said that I was right on the cusp of discovering something.
Yeah, like
Do
you
I-
feel like there's something more to this room that you're not getting.
Right. I'd like to just spend more time really just I mean, we have all day at this point.
Mhm.
This room has been
Okay,
secured.
so-
We know there's nothing there. So I'm just gonna take my time painting the painting, 10 minutes a spot if I have to, just
Going through
really
them all kind of thing.
focusing. Exactly, yeah, because I mean, give me a visual, because I know you told me there's a lot of paintings, they vary in size, there's a magical chandelier in the middle, but is there anything mounted on the walls that my attention is drawn to? Like, are there any of the paintings, the imagery that would draw my eye? Any of Remus himself, or
Ah.
anything overtly regal, perhaps?
Perhaps that's the strangest thing, is that they're so random and varied that none of them really seem related to Remus's life. You don't see anything that look like a cabin in the woods or depictions of him from, descriptions you were given by your family, nor do you see anyone else from your family in any of these paintings. They're all over the place. Some of them are really simple. You see one is a painting of a satin sheet that has a sword that lays in it. Another one is like a coast side where a bunch of waves crash into a cliff.
No.
It's all over the place.
What about one with a door?
Ah, interesting. So, as you guys go through here, it takes you roughly about an hour until finally you pull out something strange. And Jacob, you get to the back of a stack of paintings to reveal that one of the ones at the very back end has something odd on it. You see what looks like a large hill of jagged rocks, with a forest that surrounds down on the bottom end. Up at the top of this hill, you can see what looks to be some strange lizard-like creature that plays in its hand a harp.
Oh. How did I not notice that? Do I recognize his harp?
As you come
Oh,
over
like
and give it a look, I'd like you to make for me a check. Roll history, please.
Oh god.
Can I do that as well? I think I'm proficient. I am proficient in history.
Absolutely.
I'm not anyway. So I rolled a 4 for history.
Actually, might be proficient in history as well.
I'm gonna use my last luck to reroll.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
I am not
Can
proficient
I?
in history.
Can I be playing my instrument like my pan flute again and just be like give him an inspiration?
Sure.
Alright, so I'll just add to that history check.
It's a D8, right?
It is a D8.
Oh shit.
Oh gosh.
Well, you know what? My proficiency is a +6, so I mean, still a 15.
Okay. And what did you get, Horatio?
I got a 4.
Okay. You're not actually certain what this is. It looks like a normal harp. As you stare at the thing, Jacob, you're fairly certain that that's no ordinary harp. You think that that is actually the Olam harp, which is the most powerful and wondrous of all the bardic instruments that have ever been made. Perhaps
I'm
you
gonna
were
run-
lied to about the guitar.
Perhaps. I'm gonna run my hand over the painting.
As you run your hand over the painting, all of you watch as, with a poof of smoke, Jacob disappears, and there's a ripple that goes over the border of the painting.
So long, motherfuckers!
Magic!
No mannequins in here, bitch!
His soul got sucked.
His soul has been sucked.
Jacob, are you okay? I like
am
yell
I
at the
in the
painting.
painting? Am I in the painting now?
Can we see him in the painting?
We'll jump to you in a moment here. You guys look over at the painting here and don't see anything other than just the fact that a strange magical effect had played over it for a moment.
That's pretty fucked up. I'll touch it.
Okay.
What?
He too disappears, and Barnum is no longer there. In a poof of smoke, he's gone, and a ripple goes over the painting.
Now, before you touch this, Dialogue, we do know if we are trapped in the painting, we need someone out here to, maybe get us out of the painting.
Nyloth seems to not care.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm the only concerned
Look
one
at-
here.
No,
How are we gonna get out?
that was a little strange, I would say. Nothing what I expected.
Well, I mean, adventure awaits, I suppose. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's go
Yeah.
follow our friends.
Yeah, I suppose we ought to do that.
Well, have Corzo touch it first, just to make sure that the big guy can make it in there.
All right. Corzo, go ahead.
Your ape wanders over to the painting and touches it before exploding in a poof of smoke and disappearing from existence.
Holy crap!
I would say Corzo made it through.
Are you guys headed into the painting?
I will follow suit. Like, all right, adventure awaits.
Okay. One after
Alright,
another,
everything.
you all disappear into the painting, tumbling through darkness until finally some sort of a shape comes to you and you're able to see. All of you are standing around yourselves here in what looks to be a fairly large cliffside.
Are the skies like normal, or is it like a different color? Does it look like we're in some other world?
Ah.
Calm down.
The skies are fire red of brimstone. This ash rains out on our heads. Like, oh, great. Oh no, these look like the hills. Maybe we came into the painting for real.
Okay. As you come through here, yes, you can see what looks like the same sort of stormy skies that had been seen before in the painting. And over to your left, you can see what looks like the forest down at the base of a large hill. There's jagged rocks and eventually a large raised cliffside over here, where you can see that sitting atop a large rock, there appears to be a black dragon that plays on the harp, and the music drifts over the landscape here. All over the place, you can see what looks like a sheer drop off the side of a cliff that goes so far down it just falls into straight blackness, past which you can see nothing. It looks not vapor-like, it's not like a gas, it's more like something oily almost, like an oily blackness below the cliff. The harp music is incredibly soft and pleasant, despite how strange and odd your surroundings are. What do you guys want to do?
How big is the fucking dragon? Is it like a legit? Oh shit, it's a legit dragon.
So
Should have
Dragon
brought
is
playing
what I
the
would
harp.
call indeed legit. He looks off of the side here and stares off of the cliff while playing, if you could even assign it a he, really.
Oh, SGW.
wait, what?
Did you just assume my pronoun, bitch?
Wait, so he's playing a harp. So is this harp huge, or is he like playing with like one fingernail? And
The harp is quite large, yes.
Okay.
It looks kind of like the perspective of the painting. So, you know, from the painting, when you had stared at it, it made sense. But now that you're here in person, you're like, wow, that's a really fucking big harp.
I guess I pull out my lute and I try to follow the melody that he's playing on the harp and play the same thing.
Oh,
Oh my god. Horatio. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't need to be a diviner to know that's a terrible idea.
You go to take the flute and you're about to play it when suddenly a hand falls on it.
Okay, I will stop here, right? It's an amazing melody.
I mean, yeah, but it's a fucking black dragon. And he's got my inheritance in his hand, so I think we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna be able to talk its way out of holding treasure. If we do, let's try to make sure we're closer than, you know, having to run across a jagged island to get to a winged creature.
Fair enough.
Just an idea. That way, at least Barnum and Nyloth have a chance. I'm all
Well, let's
for the
do
range
something.
attack, but yeah. You know what? We're not gonna be able to sneak up on this thing. Maybe we can, but let's just kind of trod carefully and try to get as close as we can before it notices.
Well, if you like, I could try my sneaky ways and kind of look around.
It's always good to have an ace up our sleeve, as I'm sure you know. If you want to stay hidden while we make ourselves a little more known, then that's perfectly fine.
Sure thing. I kind of like hide with my disguise kit and help put some like bushes and whatever else I might be able to find to blend in a little bit, rubbing some dirt on my nose and face, breaking
Okay.
up the pattern.
So if you want, you can hide behind either the jagged rocks or the trees or anything like that. If you're in those spaces, you can try and hide. Otherwise, it's just an empty field that you're in.
Okay. I'm just following the party along as they move, but I will be using the hiding spots as they go forward.
Okay,
And
sure.
I did try to disguise myself a little bit with whatever we had.
And what are you guys doing? It looks like Horatio's trying to hide himself amongst all the trees.
I'm not trying to hide at all. They're telling me not to try it, so I'm just gonna walk
Okay.
and just.
I don't know. I think it might be smart for me to try and hide
It's your call, homie.
with
if
my
I'll
it's,
walk
ranged
with
attacks.
it's your skill set.
I'll walk with
Yep.
him.
Okay.
My stealth. I'm gonna hide right up into these trees here.
Let me move these giant obstacles.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my giant.
The creature seems to pay you no heed, and while some of you hide and others of you just walk brazenly towards the cliffside and all its jagged rocks, this black dragon continues to play, and its melody from the harp continues to ring out over the strange, oily darkness beyond the cliff that you're all on.
I keep approaching it.
Sure. It's not until you
Yep.
all reach past the jagged area right here that the dragon pauses, and its melody seems to take a break as it turns and its head cranes over and it looks at you.
Are these jagged areas high enough that we could hide behind them? Or
Yeah,
no?
Yes.
he said we could hide behind them as we want.
Okay.
I'm just shadowing the group, so I think we should both be right.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, because I want to be kind of like hidden away. That way, if we do attack it, you guys make a signal attacking it.
So you guys are way back here by the time that the dragon turns and looks over. Jacob, Barnum, it stares at the two of you. Do either of you say anything?
I bow my head.
I'll follow suit. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
Might be a good idea.
Yes.
Quite the domain you have here, friend.
It continues to stare at you.
I haven't heard of many dragons who care for a little companionship now and then. Do you have a name?
He continues to stare in your direction, seemingly not much for talk.
I'm gonna point at the harp. That's mine.
Suddenly, a large poof of smoke comes out from its mouth here, and it snarls at you, all of its teeth being bared in your direction.
Or not.
Okay. It's yours.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I look over to Barnum. I think this is one of those, he's a painted fuck. Painted dragon. Yeah, so they're telling me to go back there, so if you want to just kind of like be the shield, they'll give me further instructions as I head back here, okay?
Alright.
As I'm walking away, fuck you, it's ours!
As you call this out, it turns over towards you, Barnum, and I need everybody to go ahead and please roll initiative.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Give me the big. Oh,
why can't I roll that for
the
attack?
wall fucked me. The fuck me hard. Fuck me so hard.
What's my
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna fucking shoot.
Shoot your goo, my dude.
Do you wanna go before or after me? I got
Oh
7
crap!
too.
Is this initiative 30?
Yes.
All right.
That's
It's going
that's
first.
initiative of 30. Holy shit!
Let's get
I
fucked.
got a 23.
Let's get fucked. Yeah. So, who wants to go? We'll see what happens after we die, okay? And then it'll be our turn,
Okay.
and then we can figure out who goes first.
Barnum, I'd like you to make for me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh shit!
You got this, fam. Say no more.
Okay, there's a
look at that.
13. Danger sense, I assume.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Well, we'll go with that 13.
Oh, danger sentence gives you advantage. Oh, okay.
I believe so, if I'm reading it right. On only dex. But yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know it was advantage. It's good to know.
Only things I can see.
So
You take 37 damage as a wave of acid breath comes out of this creature's mouth and coats all over you here.
I am toast.
Are you down?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
take half. No, you don't take half damage.
Nope.
37's pretty. Yeah.
Oh wait, how do you only have 35 HP?
I didn't get healed up all the way after the door.
Oh, okay.
After that, the
42.
dragon turns, spreads its wings, and flies off of the cliffside here.
It didn't fly that far yet, right?
No, it got to right here.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going to swoop kind of like in this direction here. You can sort of predict its movements a bit.
Did it leave the
is-
harp?
It left the harp, or is it carrying it?
Nope, the harp is in its hand.
Ah.
Still has your inheritance. Nyloth, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Let's see. I want to see if I can make it to that tree line stealthily. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't have the counter thing.
Albert got pooped on.
How do you get the counter thing there?
It was really fun playing a barbarian.
You didn't go bear
I don't wanna
totem?
move no spawn until you have that.
No, I'm only level 2 barb champion for fighter, so I could get that higher
Oh,
crit.
you fool!
Plus, I was a pit fighter, so I would have gone berserker.
Right.
Awesome,
That makes
thank
sense.
you.
That makes
So let's
sense.
see. No, I can't make it there.
Hey. Hey, Lucian, just table talk. Do you mind if I copy that for later?
Sure.
Alright, can I try and make an attack, a ranged attack on it?
Sure. Is it within range?
What's the range? Probably not.
Are you using a
I'm gonna
longbow?
take it as I am not. Yeah, I have a longbow.
Oh, you fucking murk it, I think,
Then
right?
you're
It's
fine.
2,600?
Yeah.
It's like
150.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I definitely fucking. Oh, yes, and that 20!
Nice.
Oh!
Yeah.
Gonna do nothing because it's a black dragon. It's got like
Right.
500 HP.
Alright, so let's see. So it's this, and then what is how do you roll for crit again? 'Cause then so much
Double
You just
whatever
double
damage
everything.
dice.
Alright, so
Except for
let me
your
just
bottom.
drag another one of these puppies up here. Let's see. I just want to make. Okay, yeah. That's 6 damage.
Is that it?
I think so.
Well,
just
you
rolled
add
these
your
two together.
modifier. You add your modifier.
Oh yeah, that's right. The modifier. Duh.
It's
I'm an idiot.
dexterity.
Plus dex, so it's a 12.
What? Your modifier, you crazy person. Plus 3.
Oh, plus 3. Yeah, plus 3. So it's 9.
Okay.
Jeez, I'm out
And
of it.
as
tonight.
your ranger, you don't have the additional skill like what did you choose for your skills? Do you do extra damage against a large creature?
No, he took the
You have, like-
Beastmaster.
Yeah, I took
Yeah,
Beastmaster.
he's not a hunter.
So
Oh,
your
fine,
arrow
okay.
shoots out and it goes incredibly far before striking the dragon's neck. It seems to kind of contort for a brief moment and flail about as if registering the pain, but it continues to move around, and the arrow is like incredibly small compared to this creature's incredible heft. Are you gonna have Corzo do anything? Because we'll have him move on the same turn as you.
Yeah, he's not gonna do anything.
Okay. Is that your
Can I
turn?
cast a spell or no?
If it's a bonus action.
Would it be a bonus action?
It would say bonus action in the.
Yeah.
What are you trying to
Hunter's
cast?
mark. Hunter's mark
That
is a
fog
action.
cloud.
So for example,
It is an action.
Well, the other thing
By the-
too, if you get 2 attacks, then you could do an attack. Like you could do a cast a spell, then a regular attack. I'm pretty sure. But I
and
don't know.
also, dude, just so you know, you can hit him with the Hunter's mark. If you had Hunter's marked him first, you would have doubled the Hunter's mark damage and your dice.
Oh, fuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah, just because it's a new class for you, I know. So
So
Yeah.
Rangers do have extra attack at level 5, so you just did 1 attack. If you want to spend the next attack to either shoot again or cast a spell, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast that fog cloud around me.
Oh, on yourself. Okay.
Yep.
Suddenly, you and Corzo can no longer see one another as a heavily obscuring fog overtakes you all. And
Should be a 20-foot radius, 20 by 20.
well,
Yeah, it says 20 foot by 20 foot.
it's like that is
So.
taken up. That circle there.
All right.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Horatio, you're up.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so guess the first thing is I'm still stealthily moving from rock to rock.
Okay.
Make my first movement here, and then I'll use my bonus action for cunning,
Oh my god.
and I can move another 30 feet as a bonus action. I'm still going rock to rock, so I'm kind of hidden here. Oh my god, that is out of range still. Can I cast healing word?
Healing word. Well, you just used your bonus action, so no.
Right.
Not.
And cure wounds is a touch
Touch.
spell, so I don't have
Yeah,
that.
it's an action, but you gotta touch.
God,
Ah,
no
do I
tricks
really
up your
want to make?
sleeve.
I have an idea, but he's too far away. Can't. If I attack,
If I
I'm gonna
move-
reveal myself, right?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna stay hidden. From actually, he looks to be flying in this direction, right?
Yes.
So. Can I say I moved behind this rock with the last dash here?
Sure.
I'm still hidden. Alright. Then yeah, I'll just end my.
Okay. It's your turn, Jacob. You called out saying that the harp was yours, and suddenly Burnham was melted down into his constituent parts here.
he volunteered.
Rip.
Great friend.
Math is hard. Okay, here we go. Do you think it's feasible for me to get behind something that's considered 3/4 cover?
I would say that the jagged rocks would count as such.
Okay. So I'm gonna go here. And So anything that's on a on that requires a save, you can't crit on, right?
That requires a save. Yes, there's no such thing as critting on a save.
So I'd have to something with an attack roll. A spell with an attack roll I can crit.
Yes.
Okay. Big dick fireball. I'm gonna launch. He's probably gonna legendary resistance it if he's a dragon, but I'm gonna fireball him.
Okay. So let's see here. You cast out a small little orb the size of it's like a red marble that shoots from your finger and flies with incredible speed, and then right when it hits that point there, it bursts into flame. And let's see what it gets for its
The
What is
DC
it?
14.
Just dexterity, I take it?
Yes.
He fails.
Woohoo! Buddy,
Aha!
does he use this thing?
No.
Falls to the cliff. Falls to his death. Lands on a spike skit, or lands on a sharp
Okay.
rock and then kills himself.
So that's 8d6, right?
Go ahead and roll.
Tabarnak, that's a lot of
Holy
damage.
shit! 8d6.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
Holy crap. No kidding, Aleutian Fireball is broken.
God.
I gave Aleutian a scroll of Fireball in one of my one
God damn it!
There you go. He did it.
There we go.
Woo.
Oh.
Not really great actually. I think it's below average. That's 24,
24.
24 damage.
Okay. The blast of flame causes the dragon to veer off course, and it begins to move in this direction, trying to correct itself, having just been blown out of the air for a brief moment.
Don't drop the bloody thing! I became British. And I'm going to kind of adjust myself here.
Mhm.
I want to be near a spike that I can kind of like a face of the spikes where I can, if I feel like he's attacking from this side or this side, is there maybe like a nook in here where I feel I'd be protected from both angles?
Sure, yeah, if you go into the middle of it.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go here, put my back to a wall, and try to hide. Well, not actually hide, but you know, use it as cover.
Barnum, I need a death saving throw from you, please.
Don't nat one it.
Fail.
Oh, can't one.
Not a
fail.
nat one though. It's okay. You're gonna get picked up next
That
turn.
is true.
It's all
Dragon
good, baby.
continues to swoop around, and eventually ends up landing up here on top of the cliff once again. As it
My
does
God.
so,
So far away.
it will dash
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
over here. So it is still
God, it's so
flying in
big.
the air, maybe about 30 feet above the jagged rocks. It is your turn, Nyloth. You cannot see anything.
Alright. I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna move out of the fog if I can.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Come on,
You die.
please. That's not bad. That's not bad because that is a 14?
14?
Yeah, 14.
Okay. On your way out, you trip and cut your hand open on one of the jagged rocks, taking a total of 2 damage, but eventually you emerge from
Oh.
the fog.
30 points. 30 health, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna live through this. I'm going to make an attack on it with
Go
a
for it.
longbow. You have to click on here. Come on. Oh, that was almost bad, but it's really good. That will be a lot more than a 20. 24.
Okay, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And 5 damage.
5 damage.
God damn it, I forgot to put Hunter's Mark on it again.
Oh. Alright, is that your turn?
I still have another attack.
Yep.
I'll make a second attack on it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark onto it.
Okay.
Instead.
It's Hunter's Mark. Oh shit.
Oh, you just deleted the dragon.
We
And
win.
then I'll
The
use
fireball! That was a fireball!
It turned into a cyclops.
Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Who does the most damage out of all of us in one shot, do you think?
Probably you.
You.
What? Dude,
Yeah.
that was a one and done. Do you understand? Like, you ain't seeing another fireball this fight. That's not how wizards work.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, after you it'll be Barnum and then Nyloth, then me.
So I'm gonna move back into the fog if I can.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Alright. Come on. Ooh. That
Nice.
is a 17.
Okay, tumbling around blind through the jagged rocks, you make it without cutting yourself this time. Is that your turn?
Alright. Yep.
Horatio, you're up.
What about Corzo?
Well, is Corso doing anything?
Actually, I don't think Corzo can hit him. That's not. He can only throw the rock.
We're gonna have to wait till he's landed.
Oh, he's not even landed. Yeah, that's right. That line doesn't shit for us.
So, quick question: if I use healing words as a bonus action, does it reveal me, or can I attempt to hide again? I guess afterwards.
I would say amidst the ruckus here, the creature would get a chance to see you, and it would be a contested stealth versus perception check.
Okay.
Do you want to make that?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth, please. The creature rolls a 28.
Oh my god. This is a 18 plus.
The creature rolled. You shouldn't roll.
I rolled a 24. I rolled a 24, but yeah.
Okay.
Had to be a net 20, basically.
Go ahead and roll the healing, because it will go off, and Barnum will be healed.
Alright, so healing word at Barnum from here for the D4.
Yes.
I don't like that you're so close to me. This thing is just on us.
Feeling a
Both
bit
of-
nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Jacob's just gonna shove you out into the open. Eat and spray him down.
Well, this is healing for 4.
It's okay. He has second wind as a fighter.
Yep.
Barnum, you heal 4 health and are back to consciousness. When your turn comes around,
Second
maybe
wind
you'll
is
get to do
very
things.
useful.
Horatio, do you have anything
Thank
else
God.
up your sleeve?
I guess since I've been revealed, the dragon has like looked at me in my eye, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, oh god, the jig is up. I pull
The
out my
jig is
hand
super
crossbow.
up.
Pull out my hand crossbow and take a shot at him.
Okay, let's see what we get.
Nice.
As a free action, can I like
Gonna
reach up and
melt
see
your
if I
face
still have an
off.
eyebrow?
Yes. Yes, you do.
You're
Does a
missing half your face.
Does a 14 hit?
All right.
No, the crossbow
Okay.
shot flies out and bounces off one of the scales.
I think we bit off more than we can chew, Jacob. And my turn ends.
Okay. It's your turn, Jacob. What do you want to do?
Cool.
I like the idea that you have a friend who's literally in a pool of acid who's slowly melting away. Your bard runs over and he's like, I think we're kind of fucked. And there's like, your ranger is stumbling around like, I cut my hand on the rock. God damn it. A well-oiled
Son of a
fighting
bitch!
machine.
It's the second time today.
I have a crazy cuckoo idea.
Do it.
Legit cuckoo. Like, probably not a good idea. But if it works,
Are you
Well,
gonna
be-
rain on the dragon?
no, I'm going to. You know what? Fuck it. I mean, YOLO, right? That's what the kids say.
That's what the
Um,
kids indeed say. It's scientifically
go-
proven.
Indeed.
I'm going to cast Tasha's hideous laughter while he's flying.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see here.
What is the range on that?
Fuck if I know.
Because he's 30 feet in the air, too, on top of the ranger.
It's 30 feet. I don't even think I can hit him.
No,
I mean,
Yeah, you have to be like directly under him to
You
cast
can just
it.
hit his wing.
how
Yeah,
close would I have to be?
You would have to be 30 feet under him, right?
Okay. So
What is the hypotenuse?
You're gonna shit on my parade on them. That's okay. That's you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, that was what's limiting me from doing anything. I'm
God
like, he's
damn it,
flying over
Horatio!
here.
Fine.
He's in
Fine.
the air.
I'll just auto crit a fireball. How's that?
There you go.
It doesn't work
He's
like
in
that.
the air.
It does because I have a diviner 20.
We even said we have to wait till he lands.
No, because
Like
it's a
where-
save for a fireball, so you can't crit it.
Oh, firebolt. My
Oh,
bad.
firebolt. Yeah, you could crit a firebolt if you wanted.
It's done. Woohoo!
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage then if you're gonna crit a firebolt.
I am critting a firebolt. I'm using my diviner nat 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to roll 40-10.
40 10s.
Where my 40-10s at? Where my d10s at? Oh, thank you. Saving lives. Oh, that's just awful.
That is garbage.
Out of a possible damage of 40, I get well below average. I'm the micro dick of firebolts. Okay, well that's, 13 damage. God damn it.
Alright, you go ahead and shoot this. It collides with the side of the dragon's head here, and you can tell that you've done some damage to it, but it continues to fly around over the battlefield. Is that your turn?
No, how decent is this cover over here?
If you're directly in the center, it would still work like all the rest of the cover.
Okay.
Get the fuck out. Okay, Barnum,
Dude,
you're up.
I mean, if he's gonna vomit on,
Yes.
then two of us.
Alright, I'm gonna roll my second win to start off.
Okay, yeah, you're laying in a pool of acid. Probably need to pep talk yourself here.
That's another 4.
What the fuck?
Rolling in hell.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Level 5 one-shot, we got no health pots. Getting pooped on. Getting pooped on by a
Nice.
fucking dragon in a painting.
That's
We should have just thrown fucking some kind of solvent on the painting. GG, fuck the harp.
yeah, right. Is there let's see, so I guess half movement to stand up.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure it's 30 for a human. And he is. Is he? Alright, here's what I want to do. I want to try and run up to him. Sean. So I'm hoping with like I've got like action to dash and then action surge to kind of try and jump and grapple like his leg or something. Is he accessible?
I
You
don't.
jump 30 feet into the
I
air.
don't
It-
think
it's-
you can jump 30 feet.
Off the spike.
Are you sure? I'm pretty good. Yeah, can
Pretty
I, like,
good.
is
Off the
there-
top of
oh,
the
wait,
spike,
Is there
maybe?
a place that I can, like,
I would
yeah,
say-
that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm looking to do.
If you want to jump off of the spike, I would say there's a chance. I'll have you roll to do it. But if you're gonna try and jump off the
Alright.
ground, that is just straight up too high.
Yeah, obviously.
You're not
no, that's
character,
that was
fool.
that's what I wanted to do is try and climb up something and jump onto him. Like obviously the most logical path to doing it.
Make, at first, an acrobatics check to handle running up the spike, and then if you land that, athletics to hold on. Okay, that was almost an at one.
Wow.
So you're
Yep,
gonna get impaled.
18 to climb.
You run as fast as you can and leap off of one of the spikes. You fly through the air, and the dragon goes overhead as you calculate where it's going to be and with its trajectory. And
Ooh, 14 on the athletics.
okay, you manage to grab a hold of the creature.
All right.
You are now holding on to what is its leg here, and you can see in the other. Sorry. This
Oh,
dragon is
you
not
crazy
the exact
son of a-
representation of the one on the board. It has a set of arms underneath its wings, which
Okay.
hold the harp. So you're holding onto one of its legs right now.
All right. I think that's about all that I can do.
Okay. After that, the dragon seems to take you in tow and flies with you further here. Bum. He flies over here and then seems to pause mid-air as his wings beat out a heavy gust of air. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please. One for Corzo and one for Nyloth.
Alright.
Guys, it's a good thing I raged last round. Oh wait.
Oh my god.
So Wow, double
So,
dual
so he
threes.
can just bitch slap you and you die,
Is he
basically.
throwing something at you?
Much.
You're
Well-
supposed to dodge it?
I got 2 threes, so they're both.
Okay.
Let's
Both
see.
you and Corzo take 10 damage as a gust of air goes rushing through here and knocks you from your hiding spot. It also goes and gets rid of the fog and dispels it. And both of you
Okay,
end up
that's-
prone
that's-
on the
that's-
ground over here.
I've got 20 health, and then Corzo has 5.
It is indeed dexterity. And no, it was not DM kindness. It's just weird.
Ah.
And it was a dex. Saving
So
throw.
you're both knocked over, you take 10 damage. After that, he tries to
Yep.
shake you from his leg, Barnum. I'd like you to make an athletics check against the dragon's athletics. He goes ahead and rolls a 22.
Yeah, I don't think a 17 beats that.
Okay. You are thrown from the dragon's leg here, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to not be impaled on the spikes below.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
damn it, please.
Oh,
assuming-
God, it's such a gruesome death.
I'm assuming danger
That'd be
sense probably
terrible.
wouldn't apply.
No.
Okay, then that's a 16.
16. Okay. You manage to fall down to the ground here and take a couple hits from actually falling that far, but you don't actually get impaled on the spikes, thankfully. You do, however, take a total of 5 damage and end up prone on the ground. Here.
Solid.
After that, the dragon's turn finishes. It begins to turn a little bit, and it is your turn, Nyloth.
Alright. I'm just checking this out real quickly. Because I wanted to make sure I had the range for that, and I did, for the hunter's mark. Alright, so I'm going to spend half my movement to go into, or get out of prone.
Okay.
So I've got 15 movement left. And I'm going to get right underneath this, like, rock right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make my attack, and I have hunter's mark on it, so
Mm-hmm. Whoa, that was a weird dice roll.
yeah, it was.
You can roll
Do you
that
want to
again.
count that, or okay? There we go. That's better. Okay, that is a 17.
Your
for
shot
my bow.
misses and kind of like glances bouncing off of the hard scales of the dragon.
All right, so I'll make my second attack on it. Come on.
Ooh, that one will hit.
Yes. Okay, so that's a 23.
Yep.
All right,
Roll
so hunter's
damage.
mark.
Gives you an extra
Adds-
D6 of damage.
Extra D6. It's not a D6. It's
Six.
a D6.
The one with 6 Ds. Oof. Oof.
Oh!
That is an amazing
13.
roll.
13. Plus.
Oh,
Plus your-
plus 3, so it's 16.
There we go.
And what was your fighting style, just out of curiosity?
My fighting style. I chose the one. I think I chose the one that gave me.
Did you choose the one that helps you hit?
Yes, I believe so.
So just remember to add that to your attack roll modifier moving forward.
Yeah.
So after that, is that your turn? Is your ape doing anything?
Yeah, he's gonna stand up and then get ready to attack. He's gonna also move underneath, and he's gonna do a rock throw.
Sick. What's the range on rock throw?
30 feet, I believe. Let me check.
Okay, so roll at disadvantage.
Roll at disadvantage.
Is this thing still 30 feet in the
Oh
air?
no! Wait, it's 25 to 50 feet.
25 to 50, so yeah, he'll still have disadvantage.
Okay, still at disadvantage. So I roll. Drag this one back over here. Come on, do not roll doubles.
Okay.
Alright, he's probably gonna miss. So
Going to the jagged rocks, your monkey finds a large and suitable hunk here and then chucks it, and it falls short, tumbling back down to the ground. Is that
at
your
least he
turn?
didn't hit either. Yep.
Okay. Ratio, you're up.
Ooh.
That hunter's mark is nice.
First movement, and then hunting action. Move directly underneath him.
Okay, so you're dashing.
No, it's my bonus movement, which is it's a dash. Yeah, correct. And then I will cast Phantasmal Force directly up at him, with the object of the illusion being another black dragon that is an alpha trying to take him out from like ambush him because he's trying to be the alpha black dragon in the area and steal the heart from him, I guess.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see here.
Is it intelligence saving throw?
Does an 18 pass?
Wait. How is this calculated? Is it charisma plus? Wait, 1 second.
Yeah, it's your proficiency and your charisma.
I think it's 8 plus proficiency
Yeah.
plus charisma.
Let's see.
Yep.
So chances are he just passed.
Well,
Oh shit!
Does
I
he
can
suffer
hold
any
on
ill
to his
effects
marker.
from a fail? Or sorry, from a pass on the save? Like, does he take a half damage or anything like that? Or part of the effects?
he does not. If the damage comes from the illusion itself, if he gets it.
Gotcha. This legendary creature seems to kind of push away
Wait,
the
wait,
magic
wait.
that
What
you
was it?
tried.
I rolled a 19. What was the roll for the save?
No, you don't roll.
Oh,
He rolls
oh, okay,
to beat
okay,
your
okay.
DC.
I got you.
And yours.
Oh, which is 14. Right.
So he's still flying about. Is that your turn? Your spell seems to have not been able to take hold.
That is my turn. I have no movement left.
Jacob,
Yes, sir.
the creature is flying around and still has your heart. That's your inheritance right there.
It is. So it's about 60 feet away from me, right? 30 feet away horizontally, or 38 feet horizontally, and 30 feet up.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Well, he'd be less than 60 away from you because of how triangles work, I think. But yeah, he's 30 away
Pythagorean
and then 30 up.
theorem stuff. Greek people.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm gonna create 3 illusionary duplicates that are around me. Do they travel with me if I were to teleport?
Yes.
They do. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna take them with me, and I'm going to Misty Step.
You cannot cast 2 leveled spells in one turn.
You're okay. You're right. Okay, so I'll. And I can't cast a cantrip once I've cast Mirror Image.
You
I
can.
guess I'm just gonna. I can?
Yeah, you can do a leveled spell and a cantrip. You just can't do multiple leveled spells in the same turn.
But mirror image is an action.
Oh, I
So I
see what you
can
mean. As in
cantrip.
2 actions. Yeah, you can't unless you have a bonus action from something.
Okay, can I retcon that and Misty Step instead of mirror image?
Sure. Yeah, where
Would
do
you
you
let
want
me
to go?
do that? Okay. I'm gonna kind of travel right behind him
Okay.
into this. Would I have cover here?
Yes.
Like, okay, same cover as before. Good. Okay. And from here, would I be 30 feet away from him now? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Perfect. I mean, that's assuming he doesn't move. I can't cast a spell right now. So I'll just firebolt him, I guess, and hope he stays there.
Okay. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, absolutely. D10?
Well, you have to hit first.
Right, there's that thing. I don't have my stored nat 20 anymore. That's a +6, right? Which is my attack modifier. So that's a 17.
You miss, unfortunately.
Cacahuète, gentil alouette. Fuck. Okay. Well, I look like an ass this turn then.
Okay.
I just teleported closer to it and failed.
Barnum.
Okay, I ran directly underneath it and failed. So
Is he again 30 feet above the highest point that I can again try and dash and jump onto him?
You could, yeah. Do you want to do the same thing?
If I still can, because I have to stand up from prone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay.
It's close enough. Make your acrobatics check, please.
Here goes nothing. Oh, I want to rage first.
Okay, that's fine.
But
Good call.
I don't think it doesn't grant me any advantage or anything, so that's only a 6.
6. Okay. You slip while attempting to scale the large spikes here and end up tumbling from them instead. You land on the ground safely, but end up using all of your movement.
All right. From it.
So you're like
And am I
just under it.
prone? Just underneath it? Okay.
You're not prone.
Okay, cool. Can I guess I'll just try and chuck my trident at it.
Oh, cool. Okay, sure. Go ahead and make your attack.
Disadvantage because I assume he's over 20 feet away.
Mm.
Okay, 14. And...
Oh, barbarians and fighters start with like a few javelin.
I think they can.
they-
choose to take them.
Yeah.
I took hand axes instead. Probably misses 9 plus 2, so yeah, 11.
That's all you have is a +2 to hit?
For it's dex, right? I'm not throwing with strength.
Yeah.
You can
What-
throw strength, actually.
Well, that's
Yeah, you can throw a strength. But either way, I think
But
it's
it's still only 12.
I
Unless
think
I'm
you're
adding
missing, like, your
proficiency.
proficiency and stuff.
Am I? Okay.
I mean, it won't matter for this hit either way,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
it's-
sure you're calculating it wrong.
So your strength would be a +4 modifier plus your proficiency if you were
Okay.
throwing with
Yep.
strength.
All right. So it's just 16, which still misses.
So your trident flies out and then arcs slowly back down after having missed the creature and tumbles back to the ground about 5 feet away.
Okay,
Is that your turn?
that's it.
We're so fucked.
yes, we are.
I have
How
2
much
health.
damage have we done? Has anyone been keeping track?
Your fireball is the only thing that really hurt. Oh, actually, no. The Nyloth spell hit him.
I had a firebolt and a fireball on it.
Yeah,
says
I hit him
69.
twice.
69.
I've hit him for 16 and 12.
Really? Damn, that's some good damage, dude.
I hit it for. Oh wait, no, that was him hitting me.
Did the 37 points of damage.
The dragon will dash and curve around and then land next to you here. His
I
large
got
neck
another
and
misty
head
step.
goes way
Suck my
over top of you. And Nyloth, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to make another ranged attack on him.
Mhm.
So, let's see, come on, big money. Oh, that's so dumb.
I see a nat
Believe
20
that.
from my angle.
Yeah, it was for a minute and then wasn't.
Okay, so that
Alright,
shot's
so
a
that's a
definite
miss.
miss.
So I'm gonna take another shot at it. And that's probably gonna be a miss.
Definite miss.
Okay, now Corzo is gonna make an attack. He's gonna get a little bit closer.
Okay, throwing the
Let's
rock
see, is
without
that within
disadvantage
50?
now.
Yeah, it's. Wait, it's still disadvantage.
No, without.
Oh, yes! I'm rolling this die. I'm done with that one. God damn it! His is only a +3, so. Probably a miss.
Your ape runs up and throws another
Wow.
missing rock.
Alright, he's gonna hide in the rocks there.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Horatio, you're up.
Alright, so I pull out my pan flute and I use my cutting words and say, "You stupid dragon! There are many black dragons out there. I've slain each of them in my day, or something along those lines."
With
Everyone's
more
bluffing.
confidence.
Or
Yeah, with
something.
more confidence. Right. So apparently that's my last bardic inspiration, and that gets removed from his saving or his check there when I do my second ability spell.
Oh, so you have to
Phantasmal Force.
announce which disadvantage, right? I think you have to choose which category.
Right, so I'm gonna do Phantasmal Force again on him, but the cutting words was to lower his intelligence check or save against that.
Okay, so he's gonna roll disadvantage against it.
Wait, no, it does my D8 and removes.
Oh, it removes the D8 from it. Okay, so he'll make the check, and was it intelligence? You said
It is.
rolls an 18.
Holy crap! Please roll an 8. That is a 7.
Down to
Oh, nice.
okay.
Oh,
He will
You
choose
know,
to
convince-
pass instead.
that's beautiful.
Legendary resistance, fucking you.
Oh Jesus.
So he has 2 of those left.
Fucking
Do a what
cock. Legendary resistance. Yeah.
He
Okay.
can. Okay, so I'll read it to you. If the dragon fails a saving throw, it can choose to succeed instead. It gets 3 of them per day.
Oh my god.
So he uses one
big-
of
That's
those.
so broken.
No,
Alright, so I'm
because I
down to
mean,
zero. I'm down to 0 spells and 0 bardic inspirations. We are so screwed. I'm gonna use my movement and bonus action to move 60 feet.
Okay.
make sure you're not within his attack sphere, right? Otherwise, you'll get an opportunity attack.
Am I in his
You are
attack
out of the sphere. You're fine.
spell? Okay.
It's only if you're up against the like the base of the dragon there.
Okay, I'm gonna use these rocks over here and go around them and basically put it between me and the dragon.
Okay.
And on my turn.
Let's see, Jacob, you're up.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do, free man?
I'm going to Misty Step. Ba-dup. No opportunity attack. Fuck you.
Okay, probably a good idea.
Okay. And because I can't cast another spell because spells, I will. Wait, let me just mark off this level 2 slot. Okay. Oh, it's a level 2, so I have 3 uses of level 1's nice. I'll shoot a fireball at it, see if I can hit.
Fireball.
Or firebolt, my bad.
Firebolt. Okay, go for it.
They're the same thing for me, it makes no sense. Okay. Ah! Yeah! 23!
So close.
There you go.
Ooh,
Okay, roll damage.
It was like,
You're gonna- the
ah!
foot go
It's gonna be like the fireball bounces off the dragon's scales and hits you in the face.
Hey.
Nice. 15 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
That's legit.
All right. You do some good damage here as your fireball strikes the dragon's head. Is that your turn?
I have 30 feet of movement, right? I only Misty Step.
Yes.
So I'm a hey, full cover behind a speakeroonie right over here. Just like I'm breaking eye contact. Like I don't want to see the motherfucker.
Barnum, it's your turn.
All right. I would like to try and run
Sorry,
and
a fat Hawaiian with the handle Asian Persuasion 444 just followed me on Instagram. Looks like a goddamn
amazing.
troll.
That's amazing.
okay. I would like to try while it's landed. Hopefully,
I'm just gonna blow right
it's
past that.
possible
Continue.
to run and jump onto its back, and if possible, try and jab it with my sword.
We're gonna try the maneuver again. An acrobatics.
I'm gonna try it. Go for broke.
Dude. Think like this. Try to climb
Oh,
up.
oh
its
god
wing.
damn!
Try to climb
It's
up.
got a 20 for so long. It's a 7.
Okay, you fail your jump once again here and don't manage to leap onto its back.
Hey Barnum, maybe you should stop leaping around and just stab it in the throat.
Yo,
Striking range of it.
that's cold-blooded, son.
Am
Are
I
you
within
still in
striking
range?
range?
Yes, it's on the ground.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna try and slash it with my slong sword.
Okay, your slong sword.
My slong sword.
Slash it with my schlong sword.
It's 22, 27.
I'm laughing because
No,
that's
25.
exactly something I would fucking say.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
Woot.
Like just fucking it up. Like I can't word right now. Just schlong sword. Oh man.
So well. Hooray.
Right.
8, 10. 10 damage.
This never happens, I swear.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
and I'll just stare in
fucking
its
rolling,
eyes and
boys.
await death.
Await sweet death's embrace. Okay, well, he tries to bite you. Does
Yeah, I
a,
figured.
Ravioli.
does
It's gonna
a
be like, does it-
17 hit?
Yes, it does.
That was actually reasonable. I thought it was gonna be like, does a 34 hit?
You take...
If it's above 2,
So that's...
I feel like that was more than one dice.
At
so
this
you can
point, it
not even roll
doesn't
a two.
insta-kill you.
You take 26
Actually.
points of damage.
I only just died
Okay.
by a lot.
The bite crunches through your body and pain takes you and you black out. You all see what looks like Barnum taken up into the creature's mouth here, and then it flies over towards you. Or not flies, but romps on over.
God damn it!
Oh, fuck.
Why
That
is it that
dragon
every
is
character I create, I need to chirp the motherfucker?
And
Dude, that
then
dragon's in
he will
love with
swing
you.
his tail at you.
At me or at fuckface?
At you.
Oh, look at that
Hold on.
spiky tail.
Am I fuckface now?
I'm I'm
Put his cursor right over me and said, "We're at fuckface."
Does an 18 hit?
not when I cast shield.
Okay, you are saved from the damage here as a magical force field pushes the tail away. It continues to hold Barnum in his mouth, and it is now your turn, Nyloth. What do you and Corzo want to do?
Alright,
Like
I'm gonna
a
try and
candy
do a
wrapper.
long range attack on it.
Okay,
again.
go for it.
Oh, 16.
You miss.
Damn it! Alright, another attack on it. That's 21.
This time you hit.
You, Hunter's Mark, son.
Hell yeah, you know, baby.
Oh,
13. 16 again.
16.
Don't forget, are you adding your archery modifier from your fighting
Oh,
style?
yeah. Where
No,
is
it's not. It's not damage. It's on your
It's
attack.
to hit.
Yeah, it's to
Oh,
hit.
okay, it's to hit.
So your other one would have been 18.
Yeah, my other one would have been an 18.
Okay,
Probably still a miss, though.
what is Corzo going to do?
Corzo is going to come out, and he's going to go right here.
Okay.
Then he's going to try and throw another rock.
The worst tape ever.
Yes! Holy shit, did he actually hit?
I think he did it. Roll damage.
I think he finally did it. Yes, he finally did it. Alright. Where's Corzo's attack? Oh, this is Corzo's attack.
Not
Wow.
bad.
Spins on 3.
Yeah, he spins on 3 in there.
It's more damage than I've done.
So what is that? 3 plus...
That's 6. 3
Six.
plus 3.
Alright, a rock flies
Yep.
out and strikes against the dragon. Is that your turn?
Yep. So let's see, I've done a total of...
Ratio, you're up.
All right, so is Barnum still in his mouth, like between his teeth?
Yes.
Well,
It's like a morsel he's holding for later kind of thing.
I've done 50 damage to it.
I'm
far.
more than a morsel. I'm at the least a light snack.
Okay, it's like a light snack he's keeping for
Here we
later.
go. Thank you.
okay, so I'll pull out my lute and I strum dissonant whispers at him, like, "You motherfucking little lizard, infinite piece of shit." And it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. He rolls a 19.
So, do
So
I
what-
have just read the spell save DC? Is that what it is? Because it's 14 for spell save and then plus 6 for.
So he passes.
No, the +6 is for an attack roll.
So okay,
Okay,
what's your
okay.
here? Let's get your DC worked out. What is your charisma modifier?
Charisma is plus 3.
8
So you
have a
plus
14.
3 plus
Yeah,
what's
it says 14.
proficiency?
Plus 3?
Okay.
Yeah, 3
so,
for level 5.
So you have a total
Yeah.
of 14 as your
Right.
DC, so he just got like a 19 or something, so he's fine. But does he suffer anything for passing? Does he take like half damage or anything?
He takes half damage and does not flee. So the damage is 3d6 plus 1d6. No, it's just 3d6.
Okay,
Uh huh.
roll that. Let's see what we get. Oh shit!
Oh damn!
So he
So
takes 7 damage. So this is 14 half, right?
got 14 halves,
Oh,
7
okay.
damage.
Not bad.
All right, is that your turn?
I will move. Let's say I all the way behind them over here with my bonus action and regular movement. And alright.
Okay. After that, it is your turn, Jacob. What do you want to do?
Staring down the motherfucker instead of Misty stepping like a bitch. I'm gonna mirror image.
Okay.
That means I'm not doing any damage, but whatever. Someone needs to be targeted, might as well be me. So yeah, I'll mirror image. So I have 3 illusionary duplicates. I don't know if you want tokens or something around me, but you have to choose out of the 4 of us at random which one is chosen by Fuckface.
And then we see if it hits or kills it or not.
Yes.
All right. Are you gonna stay in place then? Is that your turn?
I'm actually gonna circle around to here to have it face me if it ever decides.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stay within its engagement range.
All right. Barnum, you're up.
He
Fail.
just stepped out for the bathroom. Oh no.
No.
Sorry, not Barnum. That's right.
Fail.
Okay. Nicely done. After that is the dragon's turn, and let's see.
Uh-oh.
It will turn over here, facing Corzo, and I need Corzo to make a dexterity saving throw, please. As
Corzo!
acid bursts forth from this dragon's
Ooh.
mouth.
That's not good.
So I've been like purposely insulting it in comment. Can the dragon understand that?
You don't know?
It's zero communicated. And black dragons, are they the most retarded of the dragons?
No,
No
that's
white
fine.
are.
Oh, white are.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Corzo has to make a dex save.
Dexterity saving
Oh,
throw
okay.
for Corzo, please.
I apologize for that.
It's all good, man.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
We unleashed
Goodbye,
panic
Corzo.
onto
I'm
the world.
pretty sure he
Probably
does not
caused
survive that.
murders.
I think Corzo is dead.
That is a 2.
How much HP does Corzo have right now?
He has 5.
Okay, I'm not gonna roll them. Your ape insta-dies. And is struck by what appears to be a large breath of acid that comes out, and when it washes away here, you see what looks like small fragments of bone for a brief moment before they completely dissolve into nothing.
Oh god.
Also,
It's okay.
Barnum, you are super dead.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. After that, let's see. It turns over and faces you, Freeman. And
Bring it on,
is-
bitch.
It still has mirror images though, right?
Oh
Still
yeah,
has mirror image,
I have all 3 up right now. I mean, it's not gonna help against a breath attack, but it'll help against bites.
It's your turn, Nyloth. What do you want to do? Just
Alright.
watch your companion ape be turned into soup.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like really pissed and shit, so I'm gonna try and make like rage attacks.
I'm super mad.
Grr, I'm steaming mad.
Sure. Alright, I'm gonna make my first attack.
So I'm gonna be super mad.
So let's see. 24.
You almost went Valley Girl with like, I'm gonna be super mad.
That's a 24.
Yeah, you hit.
Even the worst.
Like you can tell that's a one-shot pet
Man.
companion. It's like I'm super mad.
And that's a not 1, so I missed the last one. But... before I take that shot, you'll be like, ah!
I
I'm
rolled
sure.
luck for you and I got a 2. Your bow snaps in your hand.
Oh my god.
You
Well, I'm ready to
fool!
die.
Join the
Son of
party.
a bitch. Corzo's dead. My bow's broken.
Oh, you have melee weapons, you bitch!
Have to run out with your daggers or
Is that your
whatever.
turn,
Short
Nyloth?
swords. Yup.
Damn it.
I mean, you're super mad. You barbarian charge now, right?
Horatio, you're up.
Holy crap! I'm gonna die too.
I
That
like the
does
car
sound-
and it exploded. That's amazing, Harry.
Super mad.
So I will try dissonant whispers again. Like you, motherfucking lizard! You
Superman.
killed my friend.
Okay.
I'll die here now. Blah blah blah.
Let's see. He gets a.
God damn it.
He fails actually with a 12.
Awesome.
Uh,
So
let's see. what he
that fell
chooses to-
means he takes psychic damage and flees unless he
So he chooses to succeed. So you can go ahead
put just half the damage here.
and roll for the half damage.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
so unimpressed.
Alright, this
Hey,
11
dude, every
got me
time
down.
you
It's 5
fuck up
damage.
his legendary resistance, it means he won't do it next time, but we're out of spells now, so it won't matter.
Yeah, like that's my last spell.
Okay. So he takes some damage there. Is that your turn?
I will yeah.
I've done a total of 60 damage to that thing.
Pretty much gonna move slightly, just completely behind these rocks here,
Mm-hmm.
hidden from view, hopefully, and pass my turn.
Freeman, you're up. What's the big play?
You think there's a big play, dude?
I'm hoping
Who do you
there's a
think I
big
am?
play.
What do you think I am right now?
Oh, we have.
Alright, what's the big dick play? I'm gonna circle around 30 feet to try to get behind cover,
Okay.
like in this shit. Maybe I'll get some kind of fucking bonus to my save. I don't know, dude.
I mean, he was trying to bite you through it last time.
So right now, I mean the bite I'll welcome the bite. It's the acid breath I don't want. He's out of legendary resistances, right?
He has 1 left.
Well, fucking cockadoodle fuck. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna firebolt it. We're just gonna do damage until it does.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Are you in melee with it?
I am, so I have disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Aleutian, did I tell you it did 13 damage or did I say 10?
I put 13 on it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I did that.
18?
18 misses.
Fucking.
It still rolls at 20.
Is that your turn?
I hate you.
Okay. The dragon turns here and leaves you, and travels over for. Let's see. We're gonna roll to see who the favorite is, given that we've got one that's done a good amount of damage and another one that's been insulting. So 1 to 10 is Horatio. Nope, 16. Nyloth.
Alright, let's do this.
This one comes
pull
up
my-
to you and makes a couple of attacks.
I love his head flail when you're moving up. He's like,
A attack with his teeth, so he tries to bite you, does a 14 hit.
Nope.
Okay, and then his tail swings out. It's a 28 hit.
Yes. I've got 20 health right now.
Okay, so you take 12 damage as the tail smashes into you here. And then
Got 8
after
health.
that, with his free claw, he will slash at you.
Jesus.
It's an 18 hit.
Yep. I feel this is where I'm gonna go down.
Take 13 damage.
I
actually low.
have
Are you still conscious?
minus No, I'm unconscious.
Okay. And it is your turn now, so a death saving throw, please.
All right. Come on, big money. God damn it! I'm clicked in my character page. Oh, that was almost really bad. 15.
Okay, so you are still alive. After that, it is your turn, Horatio. What do you want to do?
I run forward with like a battle cry. Ah! Like the wimpiest battle cry ever, but with my rapier, let's try to stab it in his hind leg.
Okay, I'll say you can get close enough for an attack there.
I should be able to with bonus attack anyway, right? Or bonus move. That is not gonna hit.
Is that your turn?
That is a 13. Yes, that is my turn.
Jacob, you're up.
Ah!
Just lose it. Oh.
Oh, shut. Oh
God.
my god. Firebolt in the pooper, like right up the rectum.
Okay, make that attack.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Right in the rear flower. You know what I mean?
Could you
18,
clarify some more?
which
You
we know.
missed.
Which we know we missed. I use my bonus action to flip it off,
Sure.
and I'm done.
Okay. The creature will spend one of its attacks to crunch you up here, Nyloth, and swallow your body whole. You are now dead.
Oh.
Crap.
And then it turns over in your direction. And Horatio, you see what looks like a lump traveling down the throat of this large creature, which must be your recently deceased companion here. He turns over towards you and makes 2 attacks. The first one with his claw does a 15 hit.
15 does not.
Okay, nice. And then secondly, his tail, which is a 29.
That,
Tail is
surprisingly
what
enough,
bones
that might hit me.
You take 18 damage.
Holy crap!
Are you still
All right.
conscious?
I am still conscious.
Alright, it is your turn.
Alright, so I will use. Can I use the cantrip True?
True Strike?
What's it called? True Strike, and then attack him?
Do you have 2 attacks?
I do not.
Then
So
no.
no.
You could do that
Okay.
separately over 2 turns if you make it that
Yeah.
long.
I guess I'm just making a normal attack here.
Okay, stab with that rapier.
It's a little not meant to fight a dragon at all. I completely missed. It's a 3. It's a,
Okay.
well, 9.
The swing misses. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna use my bonus action, cunning action to disengage and try to move away 30 feet behind some rock.
Okay. It is your turn, Jacob.
Fireball.
You sound
So
so happy.
enthused.
Isn't that like the 3rd 12 in a row?
Very possible.
Okay. The creature decides which to go for you guys next. 1 to 10 is Horatio. Oh. It's going for you, Jacob. Turns in your direction and makes a series of attacks.
Persuasion.
The first with its teeth, it swings out, does a 26 hit you.
It might, but you have to randomize the attack for my mirror images.
So what do you need rolled here?
Well, I think you just roll a d4 to see which one it hits, and you choose if one of them is me and the other 3 would be mirror images.
Seems strange. I think it works a bit differently. Let me give it a quick look. Mirror image. There we go.
Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether attack. Okay.
Oh,
If I have to roll a 6 or higher.
So go
Does
ahead
that
and
make
that
sense?
roll.
Yeah.
Let's see what you get. It's gonna be a nat 1.
Noise.
It's the
Could
Flago
be.
curse.
Who knows?
Okay.
Oh,
So one of your illusions is destroyed. He swings out again, this time with his tail, the bite having missed. Does a 15 strike you?
I still have to roll for my mirror image. Now that I only have 2, I have to roll 8 or higher.
Uh-oh.
So what was it?
15.
I didn't even need to roll that. No, it doesn't. I have mage armor. I have 16 AC.
The final swing comes out against you here. And will certainly hit with a 30. So
Okay,
roll to see
so
if it
I'll
hits you or an
roll this.
image.
It does
Oh,
not.
nice. Okay, so you have one image left.
That's right.
And that's its turn. You're up, Horatio. What do you want to do?
I run up again with my do a sneak attack, rapier attack at its right wing, I guess.
There's no sneaking to be had here, especially with
Well,
your
it's not
screen.
sneaking, but I have someone in melee range. That's an ally.
Oh, I see, because you're a
other side.
rogue. Yeah, so if you do hit him, you'll get sneak attack damage.
That is a 22.
Please roll
It's almost
damage.
poop.
So
that would be-
add a d6 on top of my d8.
Yeah, are you a what, level 2 rogue?
Level 2 rogue, level 3 bard.
Right. Yep, so that's right. Roll that.
That looks like a 13. Oh wait, plus my 3? Yeah, plus 3 for the rapier. So 16 damage.
Jacob, as you stare out towards this dragon, it looks down towards you, its teeth spread apart, and you fear you are about to be swallowed. Hoping that one of your mirror images is struck, you suddenly hear what sounds like a scream coming across the battlefield. I'd like you to do your sweet scream, please, Z. That's the last thing. That's the last thing that you hear before a small, like, metallic sound, and then the dragon suddenly stops dead in its tracks. It turns and goes to look in a different direction, and then slumps down to the ground dead.
Wow.
Fuck you, we killed you!
Holy crap.
So,
The sad thing is I only did like 20 damage this entire fight.
Kill steal.
So what now?
I guess we bury your friends and carry the harp out of here.
I firebolt you and take the harp for myself. No, I know. I'll go get
The harp is yours. It's your inheritance. I'm not taking it from you. I just wanted to gaze my eyes upon it.
Well, you can't!
Can't look at it. Okay. So you get over there towards the dragon and manage to pull out the harp from underneath it. Despite its weight, it seems to have survived the crushing force. And you pull out an instrument of incredible beauty. The Olam harp.
Can I do a history or arcana check to know if this one actually resurrects people?
Ah, certainly.
Wink, wink.
Resurrection in a belly full of acid.
Why not, man? Who knows? Who knows what happens?
You just hear
what am I
muffled
rolling?
screams
Can-
from
can-
inside the dragon.
Can we start cutting inside the side of the dragon?
It won't matter
Has
what
to
I'm
cut
rolling.
anybody?
What am I rolling? 'Cause I
History
rolled a
or
four.
Arcana is fine.
Okay. That's an 11.
11.
Yeah, I rolled poopy.
You don't think that it is, sadly, but you know that it holds some incredible magic within it.
I mean, not to be insensitive, but should I do the identify ritual?
I lean forward and it's like, hey Jacob, do you mind if I just play it once?
Looking at him suspiciously and preparing a firebolt. I'll concede it and I'll let him play the instrument.
Can I do like a performance or something? Just play whatever. I don't know what it does, but I wanted to just play the melody the dragon was playing.
Okay. I'd like you to make a performance check to try and recreate it. If you get a bad performance check here, you play something horribly wrong.
That is a
I step
15
away.
plus 6.
I'm over here now.
So that is a 21.
You replay the song that the dragon had been playing on the harp as best you can. It takes a moment, and you're going a bit slower than usual, and then before long, you've got the melody down. And as you play it, you realize something, that the world around you seems to move in tune with your playing, and you feel like you're controlling the weather, the wind, rain, everything is at your command.
Life and death, maybe? Resurrect people?
Life and death, sadly not.
Jacob, I think I can get us out of here.
Cool.
Alright.
Alright.
Cool, thumbs up. Alright, well,
I guess we'll leave my friends, our friends.
do I have enough control to at least bring their bodies out of this painting with this?
Sure, so what are you trying to do exactly? Because you feel like you can control the weather, like what are you attempting to do?
I guess create a tornado around us and put us in the eye, and we just fly away like we're going to Kansas.
Nice,
Holy
make a performance
shit.
check for me, please.
You both die.
This is gonna be terrible. Yup, that's gonna be terrible. Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! That was so close. 23.
Oh.
Oh my god!
I've never seen a die rock like that. Like usually it's between one or the
Holy
other.
crap.
But like,
Holy crap!
what the fuck?
Wow.
Oh, I squeezed a turd off on that one. Not cool.
The wind swirls and the jagged rocks break and snap apart. Acid is thrown across the land, and tree leaves are caught up in this tornado as the whole thing envelops you. And with a loud noise, a great blackness overtakes you, and you come to, both of you are standing in that painting room once again. And you can see that the painting has altered significantly. You see what looks like a destroyed and ravaged landscape. Some portions of it, which you happen to know are acid pools, look kind of like the painter messed up and poured something accidentally here and smudged a whole bunch of the acrylic. You can see the remains of a dead dragon that lays there, and what, strangely enough, looks like a half-decomposed skeleton in one part of the area. The two of you emerge successfully and manage to get out, recovering your great uncle's Olam harp. In the coming days, using inspection, you find out that the Olam harp is able to not only control the weather in the painted world, but also out here. It can also cast Confusion and Firestorm, two great spells that you can use to do whatever sort of shenanigans you choose. And I have a question for you. Where exactly is your hermit house? Where do you live on the map? Could you go ahead and point that out for me, please, Jacob Freeman?
Yes, I can.
Where in Skyfall would you live? I'm asking for a friend.
By the way, I gave the heart back and I quickly went on my own way. Like I'm not dealing with this crazy man again. But
So,
I'll tell this story once or twice.
we're in episode 2, right?
Yes.
So I can't really because I only know of Skyfall episode 1.
Yes.
I can use that to inform my decision, but I don't know if the borders of Novaria and Freehold are the same as they are now. That's the problem.
Ah. It is far more likely that you would live in Novaria somewhere. So, is it somewhere
That's
in
what I
Novaria?
was thinking. I would have probably traveled down to Yargalek where there's more magic. Perhaps that's accepted, and I would live in the outskirts of Yargalek between Novaria and Yargalek.
Okay, so we'll say somewhere around here on the map, a couple of murderous mannequins escape into episode 2. Congratulations, everybody. You sort of survived.
Over 2 on one shot.
I hope you all enjoyed yourselves.
God damn it. God damn it.
Not the right combo for fighting dragons.
Not at all.
I
I
did
like
so much damage to it.
I like how Nathaniel goes. we no, don't alert it. And then as soon as you get, fucking, you're gonna die.
But we got
Immediately-
close, right? So I was like, all right, at this point, no more fun and games, motherfucker.
But like the first 2 turns of combat, I couldn't even get close to it. It was so far away.
Fuck strategy, bitch.
That turned out pretty well. You guys beat an adult dragon, a slightly nerfed adult dragon, but still.
How much health does it actually have? Because we did like
Wizard
over 100.
was super fun.
You did about 170, and the dragon would have roughly about 200.
I think if I went for Hunter's Conclave, I would have done better.
There
Well,
were a couple
Hunter's
things that I
Conclave is
removed,
OP.
like Frightful Presence, which is an aura around it. It didn't have that, as well as a couple of other things that it didn't use.
Yeah, it didn't use like any legendary actions.
Yeah. Well, it used one, which was the Wind
Did it?
Blast. That was it.
Oh, okay.
The if you rolled 1, that 1 on the performance check there for the harp, instead of using Control Weather, you would
This
have
is
cast
Firestorm
Firestorm,
myself?
and then the painting in the room would have just burst into flames.
We just
And
would've
the heart
died.
would never.
Yeah, no one would ever see it again.
When it teetered on the one, I was like, oh my gosh. The one.
My last
Oh,
athletics
man.
check teetered on a 20, and then it went to like a 5.
I saw that right here, right?
So you did- Yeah.
Yeah, tabletop is magical when it comes to physics. I don't know who worked on
Magical
that engine.
coming to physics and screwing you over.
Oh, Ripperoni, Dragaroni.
So I'd like to thank all the players. I hope you enjoyed the one shot. For those of you that were new, I hope playing new characters and stuff was kind of fun, despite how limited the session was. And congrats to everyone for actually killing the dragon. I figured that you would all just get eaten, but half you made it out. Well, like, if we don't count the gorilla.
Oh, that gorilla was so stupid.
Thanks to the players, the audience, and all the patrons. We'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow's the last session of the week. Adios.
Adios.
You.
You didn't care about your ape at all. You're like, oh my god, this dumb
Oh,
animal.
I'm gonna be
Whatever.
super mad.
I'm gonna be super mad and shit.
And then he not ones and breaks